Peggy 16. Peggy 16.
You call, I answer! Pushing you on the scene! Man, come on! I'm ready to go! Calculated! See time to play. You gonna keep me waiting, babe?
do the killing.
It's been a long time coming, but we are finally here. Street Fighter League Pro Europe begins now. Welcome to Street Fighter League Pro Europe. I am going to be your guide on this journey, Logan Sama. It is my tremendous pleasure to bring you action from the nation that has brought us Evo champions, Kumite champions, killers from around the continent. And we have scoured the four corners of Europe to bring you 24 of the finest, brought into 6 teams here to determine who is the strongest in Europe. I am very excited for this, our first episode. We've got a brand new format as well here for Street Fighter League. And if you guys want to know exactly how the action's going to go down over the next few months here exclusively, let's take a look at this video and you'll know exactly what to expect. Welcome to Street Fighter League Pro Europe 2022. This autumn, 24 players from Europe split in 6 teams of 4 and will compete against each other for the title of European champions and for the qualification to the World Championship, where the best teams from each region will compete. The regular season is a 2-legged home and away format, meaning that each set will occur twice, but sides will be switched. Sets will be in a 4v4 team confrontation. Away teams will have to announce in advance the player's order and which character they choose to start with. Home teams will be able to choose their player's order and their character selection just before each game. Each game will provide points. The first game, a best of 3 battles and will give 10 points. The second game, also best of 3 battles and give 10 points. The third game of the set is a best of 5 battles and awards 20 points. During a game, the player who lost a battle is able to change their character. At the end of the encounter, if there is a tie, there will be an extra game and both teams will have to pick a player from their 4 members to play a best of 1, which will give 5 points. During the regular season, the leaderboard will be updated after every encounter until the last one. Once all sets have occurred, the best 4 teams will be seeded in a single elimination bracket for the playoffs. Semi-finals will proceed the same way as normal matches, where the lower seeded team will have to be on the away side and announce their players and characters in advance. Finals, however, will have the 2 teams facing each other up to 3 times, where the lower seeded team will start on the away side, and for each set afterwards, sides will be swapped. With a total cash prize of 75,000 euros, the winning team from the Street Fighter League Pro Europe 2022 will not only earn 60,000 euros, but also qualify for the World Championship. Who will be crowned as the Street Fighter League Pro Europe 2022 champions this year? It's time to find out every week on the following channels. Thank you very much for that tremendous explanation from that smooth voice man. I'm sure he's very handsome as well. He did a tremendous job. Now you know exactly how the format works. You know what the 6 teams are, but this is episode 1. We need to know what our first fixture is going to be. So let us welcome on our first team, the away side. It's Wild Blasts. Welcome the team that consists of Vega Patch, Mommy, MTC Jimmy, and Takamura. Please take your place there on the away side. Boy, it's exciting already. Let us introduce now the home team for this first fixture, 0-0 Nation. As they enter the arena, it's Phenom, Veggie, Reckman's Barnet, and Dr. Gulag. Please take your place here on the home sides. Right, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, we have got some of the finest talent here assembled for Street Fighter League Pro Europe. And you've seen that already with these 2 teams ready for our first match. We've got some of the finest talent on the mics as well, not just myself, but some of the very best analytical minds in the game here for Street Fighter League Pro Europe. So let me ask my colleagues, F-Word and Jammers, what they think about this first match.
Much appreciated for the exuberant introduction there, Logan Sama. But yes, we are here on the desk. And first of all, I've got to say this because it's been months since I've last seen you. And
Jeez,
what a
mate,
way
jeez.
to make a return.
What a time to be back.
Street Fighter League Europe, F-Word, we are here. We're going to be talking about this. But you know what? We're going to be talking about and enjoying this throughout the time we're going to be doing it. But you know what? We've got to talk about this away side. Team Wild Blast. These guys, this is the team comprised of people from multiple different countries around Europe. Exceptional talent and some CPT winners and CPT finalists here, right? And it's going to be very interesting because these guys have got the mixture of everything. Characters, styles, you know, exuberance, it's all there. So I want to know who's going to be your talisman, I should say.
For this team?
For this team.
Actually, looking across the roster, for me, this is probably the most balanced team in terms of who is the talisman on this team. I think lots of people just naturally say it's Takamura. But if you look at the guys when they're at their best, Mommy when he's at his best, you know, getting to the grand finals against Luffy and being very close to winning that. Vega Patch representing Spain all over the world. It's a very, very strong team, and they're all capable of playing in that so pivotal, also important third game. But without question, it makes sense, at least for this first week, to have Takamura playing in Game 3, which is the important game. For those of you who weren't paying attention, 20 points for Game 3, but only 10 points for the other two games. So
yeah, it's going to be interesting. And like Efo was saying, just to elaborate, every game is vital, right? And they're putting Momi. Momi's an interchangeable player for me. He can play the best of 3 and he can play the best of 5 game. And it's going to be 10 points awarded if he does win. Vega Patch being the middle, not the vanguard, the middle player there. That could be pivotal as well. And then Takamura, fail-safe. He's got Akuma and he's got Ken, but he's gone with the Akuma pick here, so that's dangerous. So we'd have to find out who his opponents choose to counter him, because 20 points is a big deal in the long run.
We should talk a bit more about that, Jammers, right? This is the rule set. This is not how Street Fighter League USA works. This is very close, much closer to Japan. You have the away team revealing their order. Now we're going to find out what the home team, their advantage, they can counter that. So let's go back to Logan. Let's find out what their opponents are going to do.
Thanks very much, Femi. I am very happy to be joined here by the first player for Wild Patch, Momi. Momi, man, you are a tremendously confident player at all times. You're very comfortable. Look, you're on stage here. You got the slides on. You can't be more comfortable than that. You've obviously got some history with the players on 00 Nation as well, having teamed with them before, but now you're on the other side. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Those are my good friends. We've played a lot of games together with each other. We know each other very well. So it's going to be a great match. It's going to be one of the hardest matches for us, probably.
Is there any player that you particularly want to call out? Because they can still change their order now. They're going to react to what you say. Is there a player that you want to face right now in this first match?
It was supposed to be Rick Mans Barnett, but I know that I'm going to face Veggie.
Yeah. All right, let's see if that prediction is correct. 00 Nation, can you send us up your surprise? Oh, my word. Who's it going to be? It is nervous already, stumbling, dropping things all over the place. Veggie, one of the most handsome men in the entire fighting game community. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, actually. Yeah, really happy to be here.
I'm happy that you're here as well. It's great to have you.
It's been a long time since now that we've known for a while, so it's been just waiting for it to happen. Since there's not that much offline anymore, I think having the opportunity to do this with all the great players from Europe is just a blessing for us. So we're here to really take advantage of that and enjoy this journey.
Absolutely. You've been on a journey, obviously, for many years with Street Fighter. It's great to have you here now for Street Fighter League Pro Europe. But the most important question is, which is the character that you are going to be starting off with here in your game?
I'm definitely starting with my main birdie. That is my go-to. So we'll see how it goes. I played a lot with Momi over the years, so it will be a match of two people that at least know each other. So we'll see how he plays now, since it's been a while since I've played him and since he's played like actively.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So Veggie is going to be opening up with Birdie. Momi is going to be opening up with Cammy. If you guys can please, let's get a fist bump. Come on, it's the first game here on Street Fighter League. Rock, paper, scissors. I love that. It's all about the sportsmanship. If you can please get ready and get set up, and we will ask Jammers and F-Word what they think about this first game here today.
Ooh. Jim Jam, I'll tell you, I'm noticing some nerves, man, you know? And rightfully so. Huge money on the line, 75,000 euros. First game of the season, first week. You know, these guys, there's only so much you can do to get the cobwebs out. I mean, they've been training like crazy in the build-up to this, but you can definitely see, and even hearing the voices, some nerves. Hopefully those get out of the way as they get into hitting some buttons, which is what we're all here for.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's similar to the boxing when they do the announcement, when they get the fighters to get there. It's like you don't practice for that. It's just when they're in your face, you do get the nerves and they do come out. But this was actually, when I was actually doing some study and some research, this was a matchup I thought Veggie would want. I actually thought, okay, if there was two people who'd want to fight in Team Wild Blast, it would be Takamura or Momi, and he's got the Momi pick. Like you said, the away team have to announce their roster an hour before we get started. So Veggie, despite using Birdie going up against Cammy, Cammy is a stronger character than Birdie. He likes to play against those kind of fundamentally sound characters.
He's been very vocally, you know, very vocal about his opinion on the Cammy Birdie matchup. You know, he doesn't like it. But I think you're right. I think having that familiarity of the player, it's not as much about the matchup when you know the player so well. It's more about who performs, who identifies the habits quicker, who can see what the other person's looking for, which are things that you're better at doing when you're someone you play quite regularly. And, you know, depending on who makes those reads quicker, we're going to see who gets the edge here in this first game.
And I do feel, obviously, this is just the first episode, right? Obviously, to episodes to come throughout the weeks, I feel Veggie's results and his outcome will depend on who he fights. The characters, like, he probably, I'm going to be honest with you, he probably has one of the worst characters amongst the 24
well, I know
players.
You've been trying to encourage him to switch away.
I've been telling him for
like the Minas
months.
out there. But listen, Birdie's got his place in this cast, man. He definitely has his place. And this is one of those tricky matchups where, for the most part, Cammy's kind of dominating. But Birdie, if he makes one or two good reads and gets some momentum, she's dead. You know,
for sure.
And I've seen it between these two. I've seen it happen. So
I'll tell you what's vital as well. Sorry to cut you off there. I'll tell you what's vital. But the kind of pivotal changes Cammy received in the final update for Street Fighter 5. You know, more recovery on a crouch and medium kick, more recovery, a whiff recovery on a standing hard punch.
The dive kick whiff, especially for the
beast.
I mean,
then there's 900 vitality, 900 stun. So, you know, Veggie, one roundhouse, one well-spaced roundhouse. And his hit confirms this standing medium punch with Birdie are pretty good, exceptional as well. He's been training on PC day in and day out with Phenom to make sure these are on point. But people forget how good Momi is, F-Word.
Jammers, you just made something we forgot to mention.
Talk to me.
This is on PC. PC, baby. Both of these characters benefit tremendously from that fantastic latency that you can achieve on PC, set up to perfection by the guys here, the local setup in France. I'm expecting this to be almost flawless once these guys get used to it. And all the players are over the moon to be doing this tournament in such a setting, being able to confirm things they're not able to confirm, less margin for error, sorry, more margin for error.
Yeah.
Very excited to see them
And
perform
I'll
to
tell you
optimal
what's also
standard.
going to intrigue me as well. Vegi's V-System layout. I think he might go with V-Trigger 2. I think he might go with that because obviously that kind of complements and rewards his neutral game and his footsie game as well. The damage, if you capitalize on it, that's like 350. That's basically over a third of Cammy's vitality as well.
It's a bit of a risk, but it's also a very good anti-cross-up as well, which I've seen him do, particularly against Cammy, because she'll like to put pressure on you, then reset not with a dive kick, but with a jump over the head in that little position where you can't anti-air. Activate V-Trigger 2, get the anti-air, get big damage and Oki. So no, I think I'll see V-Trigger 2. Let's see if you were right.
No, he's
it's
gone with the
V-Trigger
different
1.
layout. Okay, he's gone with V-Trigger 1. Okay, he might go for the obnoxious strategy. So it's like when he does activate V-Trigger 1, he'll do light bullhead at the tip, and it's very difficult to punish with Cammy unless you have CA. But let's see. He's going to start peppering away with the jabs first.
Jammers. Street Fighter League EU has officially started, baby.
Dude, it's got a
game.
stage. It's got a tattoo on the stage. That's crazy.
Oh, that was well timed.
Set here.
Yeah, that was not plus. People don't challenge that enough. The hooligan into the cannon.
I think minimum could be like +1 or 2, but even then, you can have a poorly spaced one. Gonna go for the bull slider here. Activates V-Trigger 1.
Nice
jump back
reaction.
jab.
Oh, he tried to jump. Oh, drop. It ends up into a beautiful reset from Mommy. That works out. 2 mistakes from Veggie.
Back throw.
Still in it though. He's got the V-Trigger. And he's got almost 2 bars.
Yeah, he needs the X activate, and then he just needs to play footsies from here. He's going to try and do light bullhead.
No, he didn't just do that. Mommy is such a scumbag, I swear. Forget the nerves. He's playing like himself when he's doing stuff like that.
And this
I
is
mean,
it,
completely in control. No reason to take that risk. But he knows Veggie well. And that was a classic case of knowing your opponent, right?
But I think this is what's going to work in Team Wild's favor because people have almost forgotten how volatile Momi's style can be. So he will throw out the arbitrary EX spiral arrow, try and catch you off guard there.
Jeez.
Come on, grab. He doesn't get another one. No, he's going to charge. Stand fierce.
Oh, big whiff. I'm not sure what you saw there. He's giving the momentum back to Mommy here.
Oh, raw activation there. Interesting. I wonder if he's going to force Veggie to do V-shift or is Veggie going to firm it?
Yeah, that's interesting to do raw activation on offense. It's not to sit on defense, but... Oh, he knew he was going to backdash.
CA's there, couldn't get the confirm and get into the CA, but one mistake from Veggie. All right,
oh, we went for it this time.
Gonna walk up and do another one. He's looking for it. He needs something big. I don't think the
corner.
dolphin dive's coming out though. Nice
Oh, nice trade. And that was a V-trigger one, so he got air stun. Actually did less damage because there's only one hit of the
he might have to resort to dolphin dive if he's not careful. But
nice crouch medium, just caught the toes there. Really well played from Veggie. Kept the corner, made sure he kept her in that position. Was able to dominate the spatial decisions and came forward and closed it out. Okay,
but this is one of Birdie's strengths, right? Just walking you down. People forget, again, like he's a big boy. He's got big boy vitality. He's walking down, one hit confirm, you're straight in the corner.
Listen, I still think he's got possibly top 5 corner game in the game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's brutally scary when he gets you there.
All right, there
Great
you go.
EX there on the wake up. Oh, what a whiff punish.
But be very careful that normals he whiffs out, man. A lot of recovery on Birdie's normal, so stand fierce is the perfect button from Cammy.
Okay, that one probably was plus. Too high to combo. Just gets a tick throw instead. Oh, what a choice there to anti-air there from Veggie. Got both hits as well. Sometimes the second hit whiffs, walks into that, but it shouldn't be plus. And it isn't. Activation, here we go. Walk speed enhancement, damage enhancement.
Yeah, let's see what he does here. He hasn't used the bullhead footsies just yet. He's still poking away and being patient, but this is where it gets tense because he doesn't want to overexert or risk anything. Tries to challenge.
Oh, walks underneath. No, dash. Gets the opening. Big damage incoming. Dash. He's going to get a throw. He goes for the throw. Veggie doesn't read it. First game. Goes to Mommy for Team Wild Blast. What start?
He only had 2 choices in that situation, Veggie. It was either to backdash and get hit or commit to an armored move, and they both would have been throwable. So that was unfortunate there, but I think he needs to, especially this layout, because I played him using this V-Skill 2 V-Trigger 1 layout, he needs to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more obnoxious, give Momi something to respect because of his low health with Cammy. Nice wow. Really excellent buffer there. Oh, shimmy successful, and he's already in the corner. F-word, he's trying to jump out, and it's not working.
All the pressure. He takes the throw, though. Buttons, I love that. He anticipated a shimmy there. Went straight into his button. He's recovered his stun. 2 right reads in a row, but gets caught hesitating.
He's trying to jump again. It's not working.
Great round from Mommy. He's got momentum now.
Activate. Is it going to be reversal? No, he's not going to be reversal. Put himself on the corner there, Momi. He's got a substantial life lead.
Jeez, Mommy, please. Mommy, please.
Dude,
It's like that.
Yeah, these whiff punishes, these buffers, exceptional, on point.
You can see the momentum shifting here, and this is a mental thing, isn't it? This is something that Mommy knows. He knows when Veggie enters a certain stage of a psychological position, and he's just trying to overwhelm him now.
Oh, great.
He's got to answer to it. That's a very plus dive kick, goes straight for the throw.
No anti-air there from Veggie. He's feeling the pressure. He's on his last legs effort. If he takes one medium or maybe even a jump in from Momi, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, this is slipping away from him. Again, hesitates the anti-air. Oh,
He's got to go in. He's got command grab to death,
normal.
but I think
He had
Momi-
EX as well. He completely read that.
Oh, man, that was insane. An absolute dominant performance there from Momi, collecting 10 points for Team Wild Blast. Who would have thought it, F-word?
You know, it's one of those ones that go away, but you could definitely see Mommy, once he won that first game, he decided, I'm going to put it on him in the early stages of this next game. We're going to see how he responds. And yeah, it just turned out to work in his favor. Veggie just wasn't allowed to recover. And Mommy picked his choices really well. When he was thinking about the dash, the jumping came. When he was thinking about the jump in, the dash came. It was just all a bit too much in a short space of time. So first game goes to Team Wild Blast.
Well, I mean, not bad for someone who hasn't played in a little while. Do you know what I mean?
He's been training up. He's been training up, you know. He had a bit of time to get ready for this. I'm not surprised to see him pick it up that quickly. He's also playing a character that kind of like, you know, you can just pick back up. She took some damage, but come on, man. Come on. What's your game plan, baby? Come on.
She is still exquisitely powerful. But you know what? We do got to move on because the next game, the next person they put on the stage is going to be Vegapatch Game 2. And I feel Vegapatch is a player who builds off momentum in these situations, right? Because let's not forget, Vegapatch was the first and only Spanish player to feature in Street Fighter League last year for Season 4. And now he's here back again. And he's someone who fits Team Wild Blast perfectly because of his roster, the Fang and the Jury, right? And this is what's going to be interesting. So I'm very curious to find out who 00 Nation are going to have to pair up against him. They might have to change their order now because of...
We need to talk about the rules here as well, because this really matters, right? Because the first two games are 10 points each. That third game, that vital third game is 20 points. So do you have someone you genuinely feel is going to strongly counterpick Vegapatch, maybe get you that win? Maybe Phenom's going to come on and he has the edge against him. He's going to throw him on now. Or, you know, do you not risk that? Do you put someone else against Vegapatch, save Phenom for game 3 to make sure no matter what happens, you at least get the 20 points? Because remember, you can afford to go 2 down with this rule set.
You can do.
Get to that 20 points and it goes to a vital 4th game, which is a tiebreak. So strategically now, they're in a bit of a dilemma. They've got to make a choice, but they got to consider the rule set when they make that choice. It's not as simple as who beats Vegapatch. It's also what happens after, regardless of beating Vegapatch or not.
Yeah, but you know what? Enough from us, because we can do hypotheticals and deliberate all day. But please, Logan Summer, let us find out what the next player from 00 Nation will be.
That's right, the time for hypotheticals and postulating is over. We are about to get into this second game. And I've got Vegapatch on stage. You couldn't have asked for a better start. Momi kicking it off for you. Are you very confident going into this next game?
Yeah, I think we got the order right. We prepared properly. We nullified their home advantage. And we just have to seal the deal.
You've got some very awkward characters to deal with. And it's very hard to get experience against your specific characters. We know you're starting out with Fang. There's not many Fangs in this region for people to practice. Do you feel like you are going to be going into this match with an advantage here?
Well, if I'm right, I suppose I'll fight Reichmans. So that's going to be probably the strangest matchup in the game because nobody plays these two characters. We think we both feel we have the advantage on this, but I think I have a plan.
I love that Wild Blast has put so much thought into the order, predicting the order. They've been right so far. Let's see whether they're right again. They are. 00 Nation sends out Rackman's Barnet. And let's find out which character it is that you're going to be opening up with.
Obviously, I'm picking Minot. As I said, he plays an awkward character. I play an even more awkward character to play against.
So we're going to get some awkward gaming right now. If you can please take your chairs and get ready. And I'm going to hand over the unenviable task of talking through the Fung Manat matchup to Jammers and F-Word. I'm sure you've got loads of insight into this one.
Well, obviously, Logan, we have loads of insights into this one. We know exactly how it's going to go down. And for your information, I was very lucky to be walking past Vegapatch earlier while he was training against Manat. And I just sat there and just learned a bunch of stuff in 10 minutes that I didn't know about the matchup. So, to your surprise, Logan, actually, I've got quite a lot to say about this one. You're going to see some scenarios.
Please stop doing that.
You're going to see exactly where it's coming.
Stop doing
Hey,
that.
Ratman Barnett, what a character. Now, that's a guy who knows how to handle being center stage and taking it in. Well, obviously, I'm going to be playing Manat. And I'm going to kick his butt, and I'm going to win. And yeah, that's just the way it's going to go down, you know?
I should just leave you to this by yourself. You're having way too much fun. But yes, we're getting into game 2. Remember, the winner of this accumulates 10 points for their team. But yes, Rikemans Barnett, he did win the one and only CPT Online for Nordic Baltic last year, beating Phenom in the final, but he did lose to him in the exhibition early on this year. But we got Vega Patch here as well. Like I said, the first and only Spanish player to feature on Street Fighter League, an absolute achievement. Fantastic stuff. Now, they are talking about a very unorthodox, extremely awkward matchup. I remember MQS, he is part of the Street Fighter League. He did tell me one or two things about this matchup. Hopefully they'll pan out as well. Because you want to see the interactions with the Ryu Bender, the Poison Cloud, as well as the Soul Sapphire, the Soul Throw with Manat. Now,
yeah, these are the things that Fang has some unique answers for, right? You know, he's got the projectiles that he can stick out to nullify some of that long distance play from Manat. I think she's going to be want to be up close pretty early if she can, but she's got to watch out because there's a bunch of trade scenarios that Vega Patch has been working on. If it pans out, it gets pretty decent damage. And Oki can pull it off.
Well, do you know what? Let's kind of just snipe in on what he said to Logan in a pre-match interview, right? He said, "I got a plan."
They've done their homework, haven't they?
They've
done a lot of homework.
When somebody says, "I got a plan," I'm kind of shook at you because a lot of players playing Street Fighter 5 do not say that. They don't say they have a plan. They just say, "You know what? I kind of know the matchup here." And other opponents is like, "Where's the game plan?" Don't have one. This man does, and like you said, this team I was actually pretty worried about because of the communication and the camaraderie, but so far they are completely proving me wrong, F-word.
Dude, it was very late last night, and Mans was doing their homework. Mans was in training mode, so, you know, these guys ain't playing. I'm not to say others weren't.
No,
I'm sure they were too, but just happened to be the people I saw. So, you know, Team Wild are not mucking around, and they've been right so far. Clearly, their homework's paying off. You know, they trained for the matches they expected to see. They expected certain responses from 0-0, and that's exactly what they got here.
But this is what like fighting games are all about, right? Outside of having fun, doing stylistic combos and whatnot, it's really breaking down your opponent and getting into them psychologically and going, you know what, I'm 10 steps ahead of you. And then it kind of like alleviates the pressure, releases the stress, because you're just like, okay, cool. They are going with this matchup I prepared for. They still have yet to throw in, you know, a spanner in the works, but he looks like he's raring to go. And do not forget as well, if whoever loses, they can change character, they can change V-skill.
Oh, that's a good point. We didn't mention that earlier. So to add to the rule set, little things that we're going to be telling you guys about as we go on, in addition to what Logan told you, really good point, Jammers. If you actually lose the first battle, you can actually switch characters.
Yeah, obviously.
So mid-set. So, you know, the home advantage is an advantage, but the fact that you have that ability to counterpick any result.
Well, I've been watching these guys, and the home advantage might not be the advantage. You know,
no, it's an advantage, but these guys are just well prepared.
Yeah, well, okay. If you're well prepared, who got the advantage then? It might go back to neutral. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, they still get to pick that. They still get to pick who they want to play against, right?
They do. All right. First of 2. It's gone with V-Trigger 2, V-Skill 1. Okay. So Death 1,000 cuts. Rikkeman's gone
already. Rikkeman's the one approaching, closing the ground down. That coward crouch can avoid the explosion as well from certain heights.
And this is the thing, if Rikkeman doesn't do the soul anchor, the soul explosion like immediately, then it's a waste of time because it will be a delayed one and you take counter hit damage, I believe.
Ooh, nice attempt to press that button there. It's not as plus as people give it credit for. That's the whiff punish he's been working on. That stand medium from that range will get punished every single time.
It's a bit expensive, but he's got a considerable life to work with, and the poison is slowly chipping away.
Yeah, it's awkward from that. You can see some of the angles just don't work against Funk, and he's jumped out of that pressure as well. Great decision. This is a good start, but still some decent health done by Rikkeman's Barnett, and he's closing down the distance again.
Let's see if he does super activate. Nice. He gets a full conversion. He's going to be heavily scaled though, F-word. Stays in front. Good V-shift.
Good V-shift.
He's not going to get triggered this round. So that was a big choice that he made there, Rikkeman's Barnett.
Still get V-trigger. Yeah, he's got it.
Well, he's got it, but he might not be able
use
to
it.
use it.
No, not going to get a chance.
That was a big choice he made with the V-shift there, because obviously you get half a bar back when you're successful with the V-shift, but that situation, it warranted you to be more defensive.
Dashing and fierce, catches a cross counter.
Throw. That was a delayed throw as well. Backs away, there's the torture.
Hit's done so good on that, still gets the sweep to Link. 2 crouch mediums in a row.
Look at this pressure. The rear bender stops the stand fierce on defense on Riekeman's Barnet. He's waiting for the trigger to do stand medium punch activate if he gets the opportunity.
Yeah, this is where she doesn't want to be. Oh, nice activation there.
Reset's coming. There it is. That was dirty. He's never done
Good
that at
lord.
that angle.
That was disgusting.
One
Good
more
block.
reset.
V-shifts out.
Can he get the stun though?
He's put himself in the corner though. Was that the right choice? Went for the kill by going for that, and now the pressure is on.
He's got to get out of there. I don't think he can do a dive kick out. He's actually going to win from this situation. The EXO Sophia gets a little hit.
No, you cannot. You shall not pass. Wasn't aware of that cloud coming down, and that decision to put himself in the corner. I mean, it was for the game.
Yeah.
It was the reset for the game. I get it, but sometimes those strategic choices can cost you everything, and it was well blocked by Vega Patch, and from that point on, the momentum completely shifted. Great execution of the game plan so far here from Team Wild.
Do you know, a bunch of crazy interactions that I never actually seen before.
Yeah, she can do the fierce in front of the cloud.
Yeah.
And it actually doesn't get hit by the crowd. There's loads of little nuances that she has. But you can see there's some really cool things that Fang can do against her as well. And she doesn't seem to deal with the pressure very well. I mean, Fang has got some of the longest block strings in the game against a character with no reversal. And look at that, he's just evaded the ring, but gets caught in the air anyway. Great reaction from Rayman's Barnet.
Yeah, what a pickup on the counter hit properties when you're using an air
Nice
banner
trade.
All right, pressure being applied, just walks away, sweep activate, and he was floating.
Pluser. This is where she really struggles. Walks into it. Was that on purpose?
No, I don't think it was. But
Got him out of a situation.
activate, but he's not getting.
Oh, he's not pressing buttons at the right time. This is horrible pressure. Takes the throat. Can he get anything? No, he can't. Oh, and he still gets a link. Oh my days, the hit's done.
I know what the biggest problem is. He's waiting for this situation to activate V-Trigger, but like Vega Patch already set up shop and there's no real breathing room to get a proper conversion from Riekeman's Barnet. He has to change up his game plan extremely quickly.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be aware of when he has options, or she just simply doesn't have very good options in these scenarios. Vega Patch has done a very good job of just locking her down.
V-break, and he's going to get a conversion into Soul Sapphire, brings back it with the Ankh, and Soul Spark missed. He's back to the corner, he tried to sweep.
Tried. Just a little too late. Look at that, catches the jump back. Vega Patch is playing out of his mind. Look at the stun.
Doing the throw break, and he hasn't got the orb yet, has to block it. Here comes the V-Trigger
For the first time. We're going to get to see some of this.
He's properly slides
He's out of there.
Oh, I like that. Stop him in the tracks, stop the momentum. Misses the overhead. He's only got two orbs left. No, let's see it. Oh, there it is.
Oh my days. That jump away is so effective on the nut.
He's got a super locked and loaded, but he didn't get the buffer.
He's going to activate now. Oh, he gets the second hit. The first hit with the water punish from Riekeman's Barnet to take full advantage of the air reset, not allowing him to cancel on that second hit. What a fortunate situation, but the readiness to punish. Observe. Brilliant.
Yeah, the crouching medium punch cancel to super is something he needed absolutely.
It's the only way we were going to kill there, right? Only way.
But she doesn't do a lot of damage, man. Not with the orb with her.
She just doesn't. Good punish. Oh, didn't get the juggle though. This is a good start from Riekeman's Barnet. Bring it back, pressing buttons after that torch fist.
This is big though, because Vega Patch got a little ahead of himself that
Wow,
last game.
just a raw sweep.
But he's feeling confident now that he can do that and throw that out there.
I'm not sure that was a sign of confidence. That might have been a bit of desperation there, just throwing a sweep out. To be fair, the damage you get from a nut, you're probably right, Jammers.
All right,
there's that fierce again that goes through the cloud. Little nuances in the matchup.
All right, gonna get poisoned here. Stand Fierce gonna not quite abuse it yet because Nishikyu's doing its work. There's the Soul Spark.
He's usually coward crouching and sticking out cloud to just nullify that. He's not doing that. The up cloud just beats that.
All right, just backing off, slides out.
You
know what? I think he made the commitment.
What a turnaround from Riekeman's Barnet. He's really turned this set around. No activation opportunity for you. Oh, V-Shift gets punished.
F-word if he gets this wrong, he's in a perilous situation.
Oh, the hit, the stun racking up.
And he's not quite hitting the throw. He
predicted it. He predicted a V. I think it was a V-Shift.
Yeah, he reported with V-Shift was coming. He wasn't going to do that. He was not going to do that.
It was a big bet. It was, you know what? That was a good call. That was a good call, but Riekeman's Barnet decided to sit there.
But here's the thing, right? A lot of players do not misconstrue my point. A lot of players probably would have V-shifted out of panic. That's what Vega Patch was trying to snipe out, or that's what he was hunting down.
But even panic aside, V-shift isn't the worst decision in that scenario, right?
But he had trigger. Well, where have you seen V-shift when trigger's available?
But there's no health. So do you need trigger when there's no health?
He'll do it. Yeah. He'll do it, man. If it win you the game.
Listen, man, what a comeback from Riekeman's. But we were talking about Vega Patch and how well he was playing. Riekeman's Barnet has totally turned this around.
All right, there you go, V-break, and obviously the orb is going to return to the map.
He's got to remember the game plan here, Vega Patch. I feel like it's slipping away a little bit.
Yeah.
EX being spent unnecessarily there. Gets a hit, gets an opening though.
Well, listen, everyone's game plan changes when you get punched in the mouth. If you don't have the life lead, then like your game plan is going to change.
It's the ones that can keep that game. Oh, it missed. He's trying to nullify that. Cow crouches out of the way though.
It's that fierce. This is looking
Dash,
good.
dash in. Oh, bad button.
He didn't crouch it early enough. That's why the stand fierce came out.
That was supposed to be a crouch fierce. That's so unfortunate. Stays in front. Good blocks.
Oh, that would have been dead.
Yeah,
That would have been
just
dead.
missed. Oh, nice interception. We're going to get activation. Oh, this is bad. But is he going to get it right? He's got no view reversal. Back dashes and gets it reset.
Block.
Good block.
Throw.
He's got
Another
hold
throw
all
will
this.
do it, though. Another throw will do
Oh, Vega Patch. That was so clutch.
it.
Trapped in the corner. Orbs in your face. No health remaining. Ready for the one jump.
Absolutely not deterred by that situation and starts to run over the EX Toja. Already putting Rickerman's bonnet in the corner. He needs to get out of there quick, F1. Bro.
Oh, it's like dash forward there.
Doing meaty light kicks. He's out, but
Great
the cloud's
jump
still
timing.
there.
Yes, that orb coming. Just spent half the round without an orb. Big jump in again. Was that supposed to be crouch fierce?
He needs the orb. Yes, the back throw. He does a vital panic back throw there. And there's the activation. Can he slide?
Yeah, no, yeah, he tried earlier. He gets hit. He knows now.
He has to wait. He just has to wait.
Fierce past that.
Slide.
Oh, what a slide! Beautiful play from Brightman's Bonnet. And he's got Vega Patch cornered.
See what he does. It's a throw. Can he dash up and get another one? He'll wait for a dive
Great
kick
patient
instead.
block.
There we go. Still 2 more orbs left. And a
Oh,
CA!
what?
That's it!
Oh, my
But
days!
he's not dead.
That
Vega
was
Patch
so
is not
sick.
dead.
That was so sick.
But Vega Patch got trigger. He could do Satoja activate. He could do it.
Backs off. I would have backed off too.
Satoja activate. There it is.
Watch out for it now.
Oh, this is big.
Beautiful play from Reckerman Bonnet.
And do you know why that was vital? Because he had the crystal ball with him. If the crystal ball wasn't there, I don't think that swing
I'm
would
not
have
going to reach,
connected.
right?
Oh, that
Great
was
awareness of positioning and space in there from Reckerman's Bonnet. He's on set. Game point now.
both of them are. Oh boy, this 10 points is vital for these two teams as well. Try to whip punish the Sandfish with Gix and Toja again. Not quite there. There we go. Oh, whip punish.
I don't think Vega Patch won a battle yet.
Hang on. Not looking good as he gets the combo. Meaty, but he didn't believe in the Meaty.
Good situation. Got to make this count now. Got to try and close this out. Stun very high. Doesn't want to let her breathe. Goes in.
Oh, okay.
Has to hold that. Tip
Interesting
throw. The
choice.
V-trigger's gone.
That was a very interesting choice.
Okay, it's a good. It's got him out of the situation, but the comeback factor is very unlikely now. Okay, that's huge for Vega Patch. Out of the corner, V-trigger spent, but there's still a lot of bars in the side of Rickman's Bonnet.
If he can get a couple of straight hits from maybe Soul Spark or Stand Fierce, this might be doable.
Nice up there just to get rid of that.
Yeah, he needs to get
That
in
poison
now.
was good. Drain that health down.
Let's see it. Gotta go for a frame trap. Good micro walk back there to avoid the bro from Vega
I
Patch.
don't see him taking anything here, Jammers.
Yeah, he's waiting. He might do that.
Oh, that was a
situation.
bad teleport, but no, it was good. Doesn't get much punish for it. It's the problem with the Nats. He doesn't hit that very hard unless it's situational.
Listen, death by 1,000 cuts. He's still cutting you.
Yeah,
I
he's
tell
coming
you,
back.
I
He's
tell
coming
you that
back. Look at that, the health. V-trigger's there now. Gonna look to activate. There it is. What's it gonna be? Catches her back dashing. Oh no!
Not dead.
This could be the
Minion
end.
punch. What's it gonna be?
Rickman's brought it all the way back.
Plus.
Oh my days, he's done it. 2 battles to 0. Rickman's bought it with the clutch. I mean, that round looks completely gone. V-trigger spent just at 2 bars. Absolutely no comeback factor at all. And almost too patient from Vega Patch as slowly but surely, like you said, death by 1,000 cuts. Rickman's bonnet brought it all the way back, and before you knew it, you were 1 hit away from dying. What a fantastic play.
Do you know what?
From Rickman.
That could have gone either way for either player. It's just that last interaction. Maybe it's just that slight lack of knowledge on Manat when the orbit tracks, frame data changes quite. And that's pivotal, right? Because he did, I believe he tried to press something and he got clipped by the crouching light kick. But again, the situational awareness with the crystal ball, without the crystal ball, being able to disrupt Vega Patch's game plan and style.
Yeah, he changed his entire game plan and style. And even then, Vega Patch made the adjustment and went full offense and took a huge life lead in that final game. But it's just Rickman's bonnet was just that small bit more aware, more ready to make that comeback, man. I don't think Vega Patch felt in danger.
No.
You know, as that round was just going past, and suddenly, and 2-0, man. That was long, slow 2-0, but 2-0. Fantastic play from
No,
Rickman's bonnet.
and you know what as well? It's you can have a very hasty start But again, it's like everything's going according to plan. You're having some fun, but this is what it's all about, man. But again, this scoreline could have been very different. This could have been 20 points to Wild Blast and 0 points to 0-0 Nation. But they needed that, especially after the dominant performance by Momi in Game 1.
And as a result of that, Jammers, there will be no Game 4. This will now be decided in Game 3. It's 10 points each. Who's going to get the 20 points to run away with this one?
It's going to be a very interesting matchup indeed. Takamura is the person waiting his opponent, and it's going to be big because, I mean, it should be no surprise as to who it might actually be. I've got it noted down here in my notes. I know F1.
I mean, you don't need to note that, Jammers. There's some things you need notes for, some things you don't, mate. Come on,
listen.
Come on, mate.
You still got to make this prediction and look like you're doing some work at the end of the day. But, yeah, do you know what? Takamura... It's going to be interesting because I believe, I don't want to like speak like at absolutes here, because the last time he was actively playing, it was actually not that long ago, and he hasn't been getting the results he might want to. And
Yeah, he's remained active, but not as active as he used to be.
And I was speaking to him earlier, and he said, this is a very pressure situation because it's a new experience for the vast majority of players here in Europe. But he said, me, no pressure. He's like, I want to enjoy this. I actually want to do my best. And obviously, he's got 2 Shotos, but he's using one of them now. So it's going to be very interesting to see.
Listen, we've had the pleasure of seeing him in team tournaments before. None like this. But, you know, we know he can handle that team pressure. He can carry the team if he needs to. I think that's why they've put him in that kind of anchor in this oh so important Game 3 where it's double the points. And by the way, guys, as Logan's explanation said earlier, it's 3 out of 5 right now at this point. It's no longer 2 out of 3. So we're in for a real treat here in this next set, and I'm 99.99% sure it's going to be Phenom.
Well, we'll have to just see, won't we? Because, again, what I like about this format as well is because there's going to be tons of episodes and tons of content for you guys to consume at home, it's who's going to be interchangeable. Because if something doesn't go well between these 2 players in the best of 5, they can change it up next episode. They can change it up, but they can put someone in the first of 2, experiment with that, and try someone else at the back. Because
they should definitely.
You don't want to make it too obvious who your talisman or anchor player is.
That's almost what happened today. It's because look, on paper, those are the picks: Rackman's Barnet for Vega Patch, and of course Veggie for Mommy. On paper, those are the picks, but that predictability almost shot them right in the head, right? Because Rackman's Barnet was moments away from going 1 down, and it was looking very uphill, and he managed to turn it around. Now it's 1-1. But you're right. I think, you know, another strategy, not just in terms of game plan and everything, is also, you know, can we change up can we surprise these guys? Can we hit them with a character they're not ready for? You know, these are things you've got to think about as you go through every week in this season.
But I tell you, that's what's the crazy thing, right? Because like as I was looking around and then I was just thinking about it, because you have to think like a player in a lot of these situations, right? It's like, okay, who's going to be on point? Who's going to be middle? Who's going to be the anchor? Are you a consistent anchor? Do we again, throw a spanner in the works? What do we do and change it up? But you also want to make sure you benefit the team at the end of the day, because everyone's trying to make the playoffs and everyone's trying to win that like so much prize money at the end of the day. You can't just go, you know what, let's try it this week and then we can afford to lose a game the next week, right? So
when you're in a season-long situation like this, how important is it, Jammers, you know, to win that first week, that first game? I mean, this next match coming up has so many implications for these 2 guys. I wouldn't want to be either of them, to be honest. I know they both do so well under pressure, especially Phenom. I mean, I'm sure you're going to reel off some stats about this guy. He was in Street Fighter League last season, and good Lord, was he consistent. And here he is in Street Fighter League EU, its first iteration, and his first match is all the weight on the shoulders to take home the points. But against him is Takamura in Team Wild, who, if you look at on paper, maybe you would have thought Team Wild's one of the, you know, surprise teams here this season that could do well, might not do so well, we're not sure. But they could walk away with a win in the first week.
Do you know what?
It's all in both players' hands.
That would be a huge weight lifted off their shoulders because, listen, some people had favorites going into this, some people didn't, and there are some predictions like it might not be heavily lopsided, but it's like I can see this team edging it out over this team. And again, this is what's amazing about fighting games and just Street Fighter in general. Things are just unpredictable. But also what's key as well is mental stamina. Sometimes I do feel that the pressure gets put on Phenom a bit too much. But however, I got to hold my point there because I think Logan's going to elaborate on that with our final guy from 0-0 Nation. So please, Logan, talk to the players.
Thanks very much, Jammers. I'm here with Takamura, and all of the focus for this is now on you. It's great to have you here as part of Street Fighter League. One of the interesting points I want to bring up, though, a lot of the players out there who have been playing Akuma over the last couple of seasons have moved away from the character, but you are locked in with Akuma to start out in this. What is it about Akuma this season that makes you want to continue using the character?
I think Akuma is still a good character. No, he has many tools, so he can still doing something.
You're gonna most likely go up against Phenom. We don't know for certain. They might throw us a curveball. How confident are you going into this? Because you have a long competitive history against Phenom. But it's Street Fighter League. It's all different here.
His first two. I don't know which character he will play. He has Luke, he has Karin, he has Nekali. We'll see.
We will see indeed. 0-0 Nation. Are you going to surprise us? Or is it the Phenom himself steps down and it's all on your broad shoulders? You never feel any pressure, do you?
I do. I'm just really good at hiding it.
Can you let us know which character you're going to be opening the setup with as well?
If I say it, do I have to commit to it, or can I lie?
No, you have to.
Can I? So I can't lie.
Lock in now.
Okay. Let me think.
Stop trying to game the system.
Okay. I'll pick Luke.
Luke. No, you don't care about the fans. You care about getting the results, right? Obviously, it's 10 against 10. It's all come down to this first to 3 set. You have a very good record against Takamura in competition, I think, historically. Do you feel very comfortable that you're going to repeat that?
So I have a pretty good record against him when I played Karin. Obviously, now in the last few months, I've only been practicing Luke. So I'm looking at this kind of fresh because it's a new matchup. So Karin is a bit unpracticed in that sense. So it's a bit different now, I think.
That's right. I guess it is brand new territory for both of these guys as we go into this deciding game here in the match between Wild Blast and 0-0 Nation. We knew it was most likely going to come down to this. Phenom and Takamura. Take it away, please. And all that comes down to me is to hand it back over to F-Word and Jammers. We know the characters that they're going to be starting out with. Guys, let me know how you think this matchup is going to go down.
So much appreciated for that, Logan Sama. So this is what's interesting, right? Because he did say when he was talking to Takamura that a lot of the Akumas have just shied away from him. And,
I mean, who plays Akuma?
But here's the thing: a lot of the Akuma players went over to Luke. So that's what they did.
Well, a lot of the Street Fighter players went over to Luke.
Just in general. But you know what, Phenom, he's all about efficiency. I think he should get a T-shirt saying it's not about the fans, it's about the result. I think he should legit get a jumper or a T-shirt that just says that.
If you're a professional, you should have this kid's attitude. I think Problem X is the same. Punk is the same. A lot of these young guys, character loyalty is a thing of the past, and we appreciate people like Just the Kid, and they make the game special. And I'm glad there are still some out there. But when it comes to winning and 75,000 euros, man like Phenom is like practicing Luke.
Let's not count it out though, because when Takamura is on point and he's on form and there's cash prize on the line, like he comes out again with the new tech as well. And this is a matchup, I'm going to be honest with you, because people have just disappeared from Akuma, the Akuma players have vanished from the face of the earth. This is a matchup I thought we would have seen a little bit.
Same. I thought there'd be one or two.
Didn't.
But yeah, I hardly see Akuma like at all, especially at the highest level.
Yeah, but this is
non-existent. Speaking to Takamura about Akuma personally, we had a little chat earlier, and he told me that he thinks that Akuma is still extremely legit, extremely strong, but at the highest level, which is basically Phenom's level, right? If you're going to say the highest level here at Street Fighter League, it's going to be the Phenoms, it's going to be the Fakido, it's going to be the Problem X's. At that level, he feels like the character, you need to get a bit lucky, you know, you need to do something special, because he feels like the character is not as effective now.
So, like, the tool set's still there, the flexibility, the versatility. Variety, hasn't he? Yeah. But I was talking to him as well. He said, Akuma has a lot of options. I said, yeah, but you're trying too hard. Like, you're legit, you're trying too hard now. And the vast majority of characters, listen, Akuma's one of 2 characters got 900 vitality in the game. Everybody else is, like, inflicting much more damage than he is.
This is the problem.
It's like you can make a mistake by accident and lose. You can just do something and lose.
He's not a glass cannon anymore. He's just glass. You know, this is the issue. If you're going to have 900 vitality, it's got to be justified.
And he's going to try and switch things up already. Round start with the fireball. Remember, this is 3 out of 5, so we could see some interesting adaptations from either player. But Phenom's Luke, I got to say, is one of the best in the world. Take that from me. I've been playing this Luke for the last few months.
Jeez, first knockdown, we're getting light DPs.
All right.
3 out of 5, not 2 out of 3. And Phenom's playing on PC. He is ready to confirm, for example.
There it is, goes for the throw. But this is the thing, right? When you play up against Phenom, again, his fundamentals are unprecedented. He will boil everything down to just strikes and throws and very
So
rudimentary
good at
stuff.
just being efficient, isn't he, Jammers?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Look, he's got him cornered here. Just with basics, he's managed to corner him.
All right.
See the first V-trigger blast.
The Rock Smasher walks away. He controlled the space with the Rock Smasher, man. Doesn't need to confirm
Okay, that
this
was
yet.
well timed. Gonna look to activate. Yep.
Oh,
Nice delayed jab.
And it's very difficult to get Phenom to tech a throw, so he's going to need to take note of that.
I don't like those fireballs just being wasted away like that. Get a little closer.
See, and this is the difference, right? Air Fireball, they're still pretty potent, but again, the Rock Smash that Luke has, his V-Trigger replenishes over time, so
Yeah,
he can sit around and wait. You can't do that as Akuma. And we punish on that crouching medium kick there from Takamura.
Nice. Target combo confirmed there.
There's one option he can do on defense if he looks for a throw. It does cost bar, but it is good. It is.
Nice escape.
Oh no, punish. He could have done a jab into light flash knuckle there. Probably would have worked. That crouching
Oh,
jab's
what?
amazing.
Strange choice there.
The way.
Another V-shit.
With a break.
A lot of grey health here because of the breaks.
But the fireball at this range is pretty good for both of the players, actually. Because it's hard to react to unless you've got V-shift. But
Yeah, Phenom's doing well to recover his health. He's just not getting hit. Oh, commentator's curse.
He's got V-trigger ready. Is he going to do super activate, or is he going to try and find a clean hit confirm? Not quite. He's probably going to look for a hit confirm into the V-trigger there, but
Phenom looks quite comfortable here. We've got to find some kind of extension. Oh, wow, that worked out. Back that's at the wrong time. The jumping from Takamura pays off. Missed his meaty. That is not like him at all.
Not dead yet, though. Oh, he misses.
Oh, wow, turns into a frame trap.
Yeah.
There you go, baby.
And kind of G-esque there. Dropping a combo, making it a frame trap. Game 1 going to Phenom. Just another day at the office for this man.
Look, he can change characters, and I did see him training a lot of Ken in the build-up to this event. So, and I've seen Ken's do okay against Luke. I've seen them. They got things they can do. They got the DP when the sandblast isn't spaced well into Oki. You know, they got decent pressure. But you know that he's just so comfortable with Akuma. His Ken doesn't look as polished.
Do you know what it is, right? Like, this is a case where you know, you have Luke being the best character in the game. My personal opinion, Luke being the best character in the game. It's not that every single matchup is 10-0. It's not, right? It's obviously he has the tools to. This is what top tiers are, right? They have a tool to combat every situation, and they have little to no bad matchups. Doesn't mean people don't have answers against him. It's just harder to do than say against Ryu. And obviously, yes, we did go to character select screen there. Akuma.
Just to extend on what you said there, Jammers.
Talk to me.
One thing that you have to consider as a Luke player, and this doesn't, you know, put players like Phenom and others off, you know, but everyone's ready. Everyone is ready for Luke. Like, everyone is studying. If you're not playing Luke, you are spending hours in the lab finding out how to beat this guy because people just can't stand him. I mean, he's Luke clear, right? So anyway, it's going to be a character switch. I like the idea. I just don't know if the Ken's ready. I like the character pick. I'm just not sure if the Ken's
Do you know what? I like this because Ken's more of a punisher to me. He's not an initiator, he punishes. He's got the hit confirm with crouching medium kick. Takamura's usage of crouching medium punch with Ken is actually pretty good as well. But we'll see, because if he does a bad fireball, Phenom, it's going to be a heavy Shoryuken. All right, goes for a meaty throw. Dashes up, maybe? No, just walks.
Yeah, I like that. No need to understand, especially against Phenom. He's usually ready.
Again, he can slow it down just a little bit. Look for that super activate, but he's probably going to be ignorant and try and do it again. There it is.
Ignorant? Hey, man, he's just playing Street Fighter 5, baby.
All right, here we go. He'll fight from the corner here if he needs to. Rock Smasher is still a threat there from Phenom. There it is. One's gone. And if he gets him to...
Oh, wow, he thought he got a whiff punish. He didn't. What a punish. Oh, missed his DP.
Yeah.
It's a strange execution error there. And that's lost the momentum there. You know, Ken thrives on that momentum. Now he's cornered. Okay, not going to die here, but big damage incoming.
Throw will do it, though. There it is.
Nice, efficient, solid choice there from Phenom. The tick throw.
And that's a very powerful tick throw
right
situation in the corner as well, right? +2 on the crouching jab. He gets a meaty afterwards if you weren't going to die from it.
Nice, confirmed.
Oh, Sam medium punch gets the counter hit confirm into Rising Rocket, and we're going to go back to the mid screen. Didn't get his crouching medium punch confirmed.
Oh, wow, some drops from these guys.
He's doing it a bit too early.
Yeah, exactly. They've got to get used to that PC time, but he's going to close this out. He's got health here.
Yeah, that's dead. He'll build
big
the bar
damage,
yeah, he'll build the bar.
Yeah, it's over.
And the Annihilator. There it is.
Wow, didn't really get. I mean, he had some moments in that first game, that first round. Sorry, of this battle. He had some moments, but that second round was just extremely telling. He's got to think about what he does here, Takamura. And this is what I'm saying about who is the anchor on this team. You know, because not to take anything away from Takamura, but how ready is he? Whereas, you know, someone like maybe a Vega Patch or even a Mommy might have been more prepared.
You know what? It's going to be crazy, right? Because how the format works, the team could be so strong that somebody might not get to play. And I do feel Ken might be the better pick on paper because Takamura can learn as he goes along while having more vitality, more chances to kind of figure out and adapt to something.
Yeah.
The thing is, what you have to remember as well, a lot of characters, they have to go into that CQC range against Luke. The close court combat with the crouch immediate kick is exceptional. The stand hard punch is exceptional. He's still got forward fist, stand medium kick. All the buttons can potentially lead him to a knockdown. And he's gone right back to Akuma.
I actually agree. I think Ken, like you said, makes sense on paper. His Ken's not there yet. I think he needs a bit more time with that Ken to make it prepared for this SFL Europe. Gonna go back to Akuma, slower pace, a bit more control, get some momentum, get things started. For example,
I'd be very careful with these fireball placements because one jumping
man, you see him missing his meaties. His PC timing's so good.
There we go. Good jab check there. Yeah, he's got to be careful with these fireball timings, man. He might DP through them. He might look for a jump. He might do something. That's going to take off 40%. It's a fat combo. His health could be at the stun bar. Flash knuckle.
Nice, firm. Just caught him walking.
Frame trap with the heavy flash knuckle. There's a throw stand. Hard kick meaty. That's +1. And it don't confirm.
Still alive.
Looking good.
Another efficient, event-free round. Little drama. No adversity at all there. And Phenom is running away with this right now. It's looking like a very good first week for Team 00 Nation, unless Takamura can turn it on right now.
Well, I don't know if Takamura's got a round yet against Phenom Luke at all, but it's match point for him. Goes for a throw. He's going to need to turn up the heat quickly. It confirms. It's getting a bit shaky for Takamura there for the activation there from Phenom.
Still throwing fireballs with the rock blast out.
Sweep activate. Oh, not sweep activate, sorry, but
back for max damage there. Just going to go for a DP. Good round there from Takamura. Saves himself one set point. His team now staring defeat in the eye. He needs to turn it up right now.
yeah, and you know what? That reversal from Phenom wasn't a bad choice because he's 2 games up already.
Yeah, why not?
You can see what Takamura's going to do and how he's going to respond.
Yeah, Phenom can change it up completely here if he wants.
Sand Blaster. Another Sand Blaster. He's at a range where, again, Takamura's not thinking about jumping and it's unreactable on the ground, so he's got a lot of crash meeting keys but no confirms.
He didn't have EX as well, though. That's going to get punished. That worked out.
Good job.
That's the late wake-up button. He had such a good situation there. Takamura wasn't able to take advantage of it. Great defensive choice there from Phenom, and he's in big trouble now.
Ooh, he takes it. Oh, nice
DP absolutely ready. Oh, he gets hit, though. An opening here.
He's going to build the bar for EX reversal. Is Phenom going to do it?
He did it! He did it! Oh, he did it! 2 games and a set point up. You know what? Why the hell not? Takamura didn't read it. And Phenom closes it out, winning that set for his team. And 00 Nation register their first win, their first victory here at Street Fighter League Pro Europe Jammers. And a result I guess you may have been able to predict, but nothing's predictable here in the Street Fighter League. Veggie loving it.
Listen, man, clinical performance, efficient stuff from Phenom. That's what he's all about. Him, similar to NL from Korea, shouts to NL, they're all about the efficiency. And one thing I've got to touch up on is when you are going for optimal damage, you have to be conscious of the meter you're building for your opponent. When I saw that combo Takamura doing, I said, you're building the bar for an EX reversal. And given the stakes, given the circumstances, I did feel it in my bones that Phenom would do it again. You blocked it the last time, but like now you need the round.
Honestly, if it got blocked, I wouldn't even fault Phenom for doing it there.
Oh.
2 battles up, set point, the momentum's in your favor, looking uphill anyway for him. It's unfortunate that Takamura didn't read it. But look, they've made a decent showing for themselves. Very close match. It was a 2-0, but a very close 2-0 between Ruckman's Barnet and Vega Patch. Mommy doing the thing against Veggie. They got their 10 points here. They didn't get clean sweeped. There's lots to build from this. And of course, they still got the secret weapon, MDZ Jimmy, sitting in the back when they need. And listen, any of you guys thinking this guy's not going to be used, you'll be sadly mistaken. This guy is on form in the casual. So
Listen, he's been doing his thing, and the thing is as well, I think it's a learning curve for both teams. Obviously, he did win, but it's like, right, we can polish up here, we can sharpen up this tactic, and I really want to know who's the strategist in each team. Who's really like being the puppeteer and dictating everyone and moving the placements and whatnot.
And nothing will be decided in this early stage as well, Jammers, because
yes, you're right.
They play each other. They're going to get to run that back, and they'll be home next time. So they will play each other again. Well, congratulations for now. Congratulations to 0-0 Nation.
Indeed, as
Sorry,
well.
you were saying something before.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like I just want to know who the strategist is in each team, and who's really like manipulating the strings and really going right. Okay, we've because someone there, or maybe all of them have absorbed, soaked in what's going to happen with today's result, and then they're going to build on that from there. But speaking of building up, let us go to Logan Summer as he talks to Phenom. Logan, take it away.
Comfortable.
Thanks very much, Jammers. All too excited with that performance, stumbling over my words. And Takamura was stumbling over that match against you. It was a 3-0 victory, Phenom. I'm very happy to be talking to you after your first victory in your opening match here at Street Fighter League Pro Europe. You are no stranger to this level of competition, and you just looked so comfortable. Did you feel comfortable in that set?
I did not feel comfortable.
No?
I was very stressed. But like I said earlier, I'm very good at hiding it. So
you have
nobody
less
can
hair
tell.
to hide it underneath now.
Yeah,
You've done a lot of good work, man. You've lost a lot of weight. Like, was it about 10 kilos you dropped?
I think like 12, 13.
2 of that's probably
Two of
the
that is the hair, yeah.
exactly.
I cut my hair, yeah, of course.
And you've been, perfecting this Luke. Now,
Yes.
didn't see you bring the Luke to Evo, but you've been working on him very much at home in the PC environment. He looked very comfortable here as well. Do you think that we're going to be seeing predominantly Luke from you as the season goes on?
I think yes, because like he is pretty much Karen, but better.
Yeah.
So a lot of the matchups Karen does well, Luke also does well, and a lot of the matchups Karen does bad, Luke kind of does well. So it's like, thank you Capcom for giving me a better Karen, I guess. But
F-Word does not like you.
No, but I love F-Word. I mean, he plays Ibuki.
Yeah.
I mean, he
plays
played Ibuki
featuring a 1, so he's so far in the past.
Yeah, but
the future is now, old man.
But he played Season 2 Ibuki. I don't forget that. That was cheaper than Luke, in my opinion. But so yeah. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna play Luke. Maybe I still have a pocket full of other characters.
Yeah.
Who I can just just play, and then
Obviously, we saw that Wild Blast put a lot of thought into the matchups and picks. They correctly identified your order.
Yes.
Did you give it as much consideration? Did you care? Or did we just confident that you were going to pull it at the end? Or
I didn't think much about my match. I didn't really care. But I was worried about the lineup for the matches before me, because we kind of wanted actually Veggie against Takamura.
Okay.
For matchup-wise, that kind of fits well with him. But putting Takamura in anchor, it kind of changes because it's better I'm the anchor generally. But other than that, it was okay.
It's a great start. Obviously, you will see them again, and the sides will be flipped. You will be coming from the away side, so we'll see a different dynamic there. But thank you so much. And congratulations on winning your first match here at Street Fighter League. That was our first match for you as well. If you want to go and join your teammates, you can celebrate together. Yeah, I'll take 2 mics. Absolutely. As I said, it is our first match of the season here in our lead episode for Street Fighter League Pro Europe. There's another match coming up on the other side, and we have got Gamers Origin against Reason Gaming. That is going to be a spicy one. We'll see you after this short break. Welcome back, my lovelies. It is Street Fighter League Pro Europe. Episode 1. We've already had our first match, and we saw 0-0 Nation kick off a tremendous start to the season, getting the victory over Wild Blast in a tough match that went down to the last game. It's time to get into our second match, though, and we have some incredible teams lined up for you. Without any further ado, let us introduce our away team, one of my favorite squads, one of the most stacked squads representing France. We have Gamers Origin. As you can see, one of the deepest rosters in Street Fighter League Pro Europe. Luffy, Valmaster, Akainu, Junior Leo. This one's got a real old school Parisian Street Fighter feel. Some legends in the game, and they are here in the arena, ready to take on all comers. Let's find out who they are. Gonna be facing the home team. It's Reason Gaming. Order again as well. What a fantastic how that was. MQS, Soundboy, One Step Lane, and Shivs are here. Reason Gaming take their place as the home team. Our second match today, Gamers Origin against Reason Gaming. We have got some incredible players on both sides here today. It could be any three of these stepping up. Let's find out from our casters what that away lineup is going to be. I'm very interested to find out this information.
Super exciting lineup, super exciting time. Only our second game of the entire season. We're so early on this, and I can't wait to see how this goes. Now, interesting situations for Gamers Origin. These guys are actually going to reveal their order, aren't they? So we're going to find out who's going to be counterpicked and what Reason can do to try and shut this down. But if you're talking caliber, accolades, achievements, tenure, then Gamers Origin have got one hell of a roster in comparison to their opponents today.
Listen, you've got two of the strongest players on in France on their team with Luffy and Valmaster. Valmaster did take a very long hiatus from the game, but he's come back full force using that Chun-Li and is one of the best, if not the best Chun-Li in the European
Listen,
region.
man, I've been telling Valmaster for years, stop wasting time. I don't know where you would have been, Val, if you listened to me years ago, mate. Yeah, you'd probably won Evo by now. Finally realised that that is his character. Synergy's a thing, you know. Sometimes you have a strong character, but it doesn't bode well with your style of play, with the way you think and feel in certain scenarios. This guy is Chun-Li. I mean, and you can see when he plays her, it just flows so seamlessly.
Yeah, he works in tandem with her final update changes. Got some new optimal combos with V-Trigger 1 and using V-Skill 2 to full effect.
Now, yeah.
Let's not forget, he's actually won 2 of the French World Warrior CPTs back-to-back as well. Obviously, they do have the Evo champion, Luffy, there. He did damage in the 9v9 exhibition in Las Vegas not too long ago at Evo. These guys have got a strong team, man. Let's not forget, Akainu is there doing damage. Obviously, a regular place in the top 8 CPTs with the Guile. Surprised with the Dan as well. But it looks like they've put Junior Leo.
I like it. I like it.
Game 1.
I mean, Ken is a force to be reckoned with now, man. This is probably the most legit that Ken has ever been. If that's who he's going to be playing, but I guess he's going to be upgrading to you know, the nuclear weapon, like many have decided. And we're going to see what that's saying. I've not had a chance to play Junior Leo, actually, since he switched to Luke. Have you found him? Have you come across him?
Yeah, no, do you know what? He's cycled through a lot of characters. Seth, Ken, Ryu. He dabbled with Kage a bit, but he settled on Luke. Luke is the one with the most firepower right now. And I think that's actually the most strategical pick.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if I was to pick a player to put on the lineup at first, it would be Junior Leo to test the waters and see how things come for the long game. But hey, let's go back to our host, Logan Summer, and let him talk to the players.
Thanks, Jammers. I'm here with Junior Leo, who's going to be kicking it off for Games Origin. Obviously, it's your first game here in Street Fighter League. You're not a stranger to the team format, though. You're going to be the first player for your team with Luke, so it's obviously a very strong start. But how confident are you? You have so many strong players behind you. Is there any pressure on you going into this first match?
Absolutely no. So I'm kind of confident about my match because I'm playing Luke. My gameplay in general is good. So and I have strong players with Valmaster and Luffy, so I'm fine.
Absolutely. The team went for you over Akainu in this lineup. What was the thinking between that choice?
Akainu with Guile have some trouble against Cody, for example, because of Sunboy, and for example, too with Minette. So we wanted to bring the look against Reason. Voilà.
It really shows how strong your squad is. You have these options to pick through. Akainu, such a strong player, didn't even make the starting lineup. Reason are here, and we're going to have to find out who their first player is. I know MQS and the team have been doing a lot of planning. Who is going to be the first player for Reason to step up? It is Soundboy. And you've got the specs as well, so you can see extra frames into the game. You're not going to need them, though, because if you've got one bar, that's all you need, right? I'm very excited to have you here because you've had a great last few years in Street Fighter, but now you're here in Street Fighter League, and the Cody glow-up is very real. How confident are you now with this character?
Very confident, very confident. I think he's got to be in top 10. Super strong. I don't fear anybody. I don't fear any matchup. I'm here to do it. EX Zonk, one bar, can win every matchup. I don't care.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, guys, if you want to take your seats, and I really want to know what Jammers and F-Word think about this matchup. We've got the, as you said, nuclear weapon up against the mayor of Metro City, Cody, who's had such a great time this season. It's going to be an exciting match. Let's find out what Jammers and F-Word think as we get into the action.
Thank you very much, Logan.
You see that one coming, Jammers? I know you've been taking notes.
Sort of. I'm surprised they didn't include Akainu at all because Akainu does have a dance. I thought he would have tried to, maybe in weeks to come or episodes to come, we might see that. But I'm not surprised at this matchup because you're looking at two of some of the heaviest hitters in Street Fighter 5 currently. I like that Soundboy did say he fears no one because you got to think about the Zonk, you got to think about his V-skill too. His neutral game as a player has improved exponentially. I got to give Soundboy credit for that. And just testing the waters against Luke's Sandblast, the projectile, as well as Junior Leo's footsie game as well. That's going to be probably the most pivotal thing you're going to see in this matchup. But also, probably what's going to be weighing on his shoulders. He said he doesn't fear anybody, but I tell you what he will fear is the new experience of this whole thing, Street Fighter League. This is like, it's going from college to university, right? Online, performing really well online, a couple of offline exchanges here and there, straight into the Pro League with everyone and the big boys here, right?
If there's an edge I'm going to give to Junior Leo in this, it will be exactly that, Jammers. Soundboy has done fantastic in the offline events. He's obviously done incredibly well in the online events, and he's improved leaps and bounds. Character loyalty does pay sometimes, guys, and Cody's a great example of that. Everyone jumping on the bandwagon, but he's been loyal to that character from day dot. So to see the rewards in the buffs and the optimal capabilities of the character now, thoroughly deserved. Junior Leo, however, has been in this team setting format before. He's had the pressure of having these players on his shoulders and having to perform for them, and he's been able to perform in the past. So now he's also playing a much stronger character than he's probably ever played in the history of his Street Fighter 5 career. He's in a good position here, and he can handle that pressure and the lights and the team behind him. We're going to see how, if at all, that affects Soundboy.
Now, I know Soundboy was practicing a bit of Luke himself, so he will have a little bit of like player insight to understand the psychology behind the character playing at such a high level. But again, he does say, you know, Zonk helps out. It does. But the thing is, one thing hopefully we get to see is how players handle the Sandblaster game, the medium version to the heavy version, because the heavy version almost goes full screen, but the medium version has a set distance. If you're outside of that version, you can basically whiff punish the fireball.
Well, if he's going V-skill 2, he can whiff punish it anyway. Right?
Yes.
So he's got to be, and he is going V-skill 2. You've got to watch out for that.
And he's gone with trigger 2, F-word. He's been actually learning the sidearm, trigger 1
Yeah,
with the
Soundboy was one of the very committed ones to that V-trigger 2.
Forward hard punch there from Junior Leo. And there it is. Like F-Word did mention, he can do that on reaction.
He actually said Soundboy doesn't mind this matchup. You know, he's one of the characters he thinks can fight Luke quite well. Not necessarily win. No confirmed there from Junior Leo. Needs to make that count.
Oh,
wow.
He tried to do suppressor because notice that Junior Leo is actually going with V-Skill 2. It blows up throws, and he can hit confirm from that V-Skill 2 as well, but it's not working out at the moment. Activate.
Yeah, one tap into the V-shift. Not much you can do about that unless you make a hard read.
This is it, and then there you go. He didn't
Nice
get
check.
the kill there, but
Plus, I did plus.
So block it out.
Ooh, no punish though.
He's got no V-trigger here, so unless like Junior Leo goes for a jump or something.
Yeah, he needs a big jump or something because I don't know how he comes back from this. There's that wonderful stand light kick, one of the best buttons in the game. Not spoken about enough. And a very comfortable first round there for Soundboy.
Yeah, he looks so poised right now. You can see it on the player cam at the top left. Gets the counter hit confirmed into the level 2 Zonk, ending the combo with Heavy Ruffian. Gets hit by the outlaw kick though. Back hard kick. Try to suppress her again. It's not working. Soundboy don't tech like that. You got to throw it first.
You got to make him want to take. Again, no confirm on the crouch medium though. Damage and momentum left on the table. If you're going to play Luke, you've got to be nailing those. No cross-cut DP.
Yeah, that was a big moment. A lot of big moments that are being squandered here by Junior Leo at the moment, but let's see if he can ramp up the
with
pressure.
punish on that stand medium, jammers. Drop from Soundboy. Chance goes begging.
This is his
Too
meaty.
far.
That's guaranteed in the corner. Mid-screen is kind of difficult to do, but he can still close out this round, F-Word.
Still got V-trigger here. Catches him trying to jump in. Oh, it's a juggle.
Yeah, because that's one of the new changes, right?
He totally forgot, or it was too low maybe.
Knuckle. Command grab, yeah, and the
Oh,
frame
with the
trap with the
delay!
flash knuckle.
Oh, you cheeky bugger, you. I didn't see him winning that round, I've got to be honest, even though the health was so low.
Dude, he practically had no health. I don't know how he did that.
That gamble paid off. Soundboy caught flinching. Okay, one round apiece. Let's see if Junior Leo can... Oh, wow, big whiff punish.
No cancel, though.
Yeah, no cancel.
Kind of neutral jump just in case of a Zonk knuckle coming out, but Soundboy hasn't got the bar.
Oh,
Tried
I
to
held it
sway.
long enough. I love the fact he was ready to sway. This time he's ready again, though.
Yeah, all right. This is looking very interesting. Good whip punch with the sweep, though. Activates with the second sweep.
I'm seeing a lot more character-specific knowledge from Soundboy's end, and more of a kind of like fluent, just freestyle play from
the Junior Leo. Yeah, he's trying to freestyle with the flash knuckle frame traps, but it's not going to work out all the time, though. And if he takes one more hit from Cody, that could be curtains, especially on counter hit. That EX Zonk connects as a counter hit.
V-trigger's there now too.
He's out. He's probably still charging at this point as well, but again, Junior Leo still inflicts a tremendous amount of damage.
Oh, that's worked out. Wasn't a charged one though. Oh, he had the kill. He gets the shimmy anyway.
A classic situation, right? I tell more players to do this. If you go for a meaty and they try to tech or backdash, it says counter hit, walk away. Because usually people, they're thinking that you're going to try and throw them, so they just instinctively press the throw button. So when you hit, walk away. That's almost guaranteed damage in this meta for Street Fighter 5 currently.
Well, it certainly played out that way in this scenario, Jammers. That's something I'll pay more attention to, actually. I've not actually thought about it.
And I'll tell you what as well, right? Junior Leo needs to pick up on where Soundboy's using the V-Skill too. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what you want to see. Now throw him.
It often is a prediction when it's not done off the buffering of a button. Still looking for that throw bait.
It would have worked there because that's a good situation in the corner, but stuns it.
Junior Leo's changed it up here. He's kind of going in now, trying to bait out the V-skills. Keep the pressure on. 3 sand blasts in a row.
Trying to hit the back hard kick there, but it's not quite working out. Trying to frame trap with the flash
Oh,
knuckle
nice.
again.
Use the negative frames to shimmy himself. The neutral jump pays off. Could have killed there, surely.
Should have spent the bar. That's what he didn't do. He
Should've
might
done
live to
EX.
regret
That's
it.
EX choice. We're going to get an activation off the back of this. Yes, we are.
Is he going to command grab early? No, he respected it.
Oh, my days are a bit. Oh, he missed it. Still can slow. Oh, V-shift out of here.
Yeah, he knew it. Because he didn't get the perfectly timed one the first time round, it was way too obvious the second time round. So Junior Leo takes that first round.
Still a big gamble, though, Jammers. If that was a normal throw, I mean, the damage, it would have been dead.
You need to scare people with the big gambles. You need to scare them with the big gambles, man. He might go for another one, though, Junior Leo. He is that kind of guy, but we'll see.
These two characters hit so insanely hard.
Can it hit? That's done. That's not the round because it's meterless damage here. But... Boy.
Wow, what a round from Soundboy. And he brings this game here to a situation where they can actually win this game point.
Yeah, they could be looking at an early 10 points here, an early lead in this team match.
Great start for Reason. That does happen. Junior Leo's got something to say about that. That is a charged one. Juggle, big
dude.
Damage.
That was
in
just-
the corner. Oh, you thought it was a count hit. It wasn't.
count,
Oh,
ain't
wow,
gonna be
this is
stunned
going
yet.
horribly wrong for Junior Leo. Would have been over. He dashes in and back throws him anyway. That's going to be that. Reason Gaming are going to take their first battle in this set. And it's Soundboy who comes up with the goods, taking out that Luke. I mean, it's not a guaranteed win. It's like I said earlier, man. The more, one thing you have to consider when you go for that Luke pick, with loads of people consider him to be the best character in the game, everyone is studying how to counter that character. And Soundboy showed multiple examples there of his homework and how he counters things that make Luke strong. So great play from him, 2-0 victory. And unfortunately for Junior Leo, he will not be getting the points off the back of that first battle.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give him credit though, because his flash knuckle frame traps were pretty good. But again, he wasn't optimizing from when he did get the can hit flash knuckles. He was utilizing the majority of buttons as well. I don't think V-Trigger 1 was that much of a threat to Soundboy. He looked completely comfortable outside of being laser focused, of course.
Confirms, man. Just needed to have those confirms as well. There was a number of stray crouch medium kicks that hit, and we saw with Phenom earlier how brutal that is for the opponent when you're confirming every single one. The corner carry, the damage, the stun, the situational positioning afterwards didn't really put Soundboy in those scenarios because he wasn't confirming that crouch medium. So he's got to get working on that if he's going to be playing Luke.
It's a big deal, and like obviously, because I don't know how much you've been watching Soundboy in recent months, but you could tell how comfortable and relaxed his neutral game has become, because it used to rely on two things. It used to rely on the X-Zonk knuckle before he got level 2, and obviously V-Trigger comebacks, but that looked completely fine.
I mean, we hardly saw any mileage from the V-Trigger on this occasion. He was just in the lead for the majority of the time. Great, comfortable win there for Soundboy. Now, listen, that makes this set more interesting because, look, let's just tell it how as it is. Reason Gaming are the uphill guys here in this set. This is one of the stronger teams here. They got champions in there. They got people with some strong tenure. They're representing Paris. This is pretty much the Parisian team in Gamers Origin. They got their stronger players now coming up. We're going to see how it goes, but it makes it really interesting that Reason were able to get that first game now, because now we're going to see what can happen next. And also, the ball's in their court. As much as the strong players on the pitch, they can at least pick who they're going to send up in this next match.
But you have to go back to the team order of Gamer Origins, because they're very smart. Because my notes say Valmaster can beat anyone on Team Reason. That's guaranteed for me.
Absolutely.
And then I was like, right, are you going to put Luffy at the back? Or are you going to get Luffy to do the Lord's work and ruin someone's day in the first to two? And they put Luffy second for exactly that reason.
It's a good pick.
That's it.
Also, stability. You know, do you want to have the game-free match that counts for double the amount of points on a kind of gamble character? You know, probably not. So anyway, we're going to find out what Reason have to do about this amazing Luffy pick now. Over to you, Logan.
Thanks very much, Femi. I'm here with Luffy, who's about to set up for this second game. Obviously, the opening didn't work, but what's the thought behind you coming in second here? Because a lot of people would be expecting you to maybe be in the 20-point final game. You're going in second here. What's the thinking for the team?
I have a lot of trust on Valmaster. He actually improved a lot, and I actually didn't want to play MQS in free match. I prefer to play him in first to 2. And so, yeah. And Valmaster actually would prefer to play like his opponent in free match in longer set. And I prefer to play in shorter set. So that's why I went 2 and Valmaster 3.
Absolutely. You need far less command grabs in first to 2 than first to 3. It makes perfect sense. I understand entirely. Right, let's see then how Reason will respond to this. Are they going to send MQS up in a best of 3 set, or are we going to see another selection? There's 3 players remaining ready to send up. We'll find out who it's going to be. I'm looking here. Who's going to come up? It is going to be MQS. He's going to take the gamble. It is going to be a first to 2. MQS, how confident are you going into this now that it's a shorter set here against Luffy?
Well, it's not on PlayStation 4, so Luffy's not in his preferred home ground, so to speak. I mean, we might be in Paris, but we're on PC here. I like my chances. I have a lot of respect for Luffy, but I'm in no way attempting to sound deferential here. I like my chances. I know I can win.
Absolutely. Let us know for the people at home, what is going to be your character? We know who it's going to be, but for the people at home, who are you going to be picking to start off this game?
It's going to be Fang. It's always going to be Fang.
We know it's going to be Fang. Right, if you can please ready up, get set up, and we are going to look forward to this second game. It's going to be Luffy starting out with Armika up against MQS with Fung. Luffy said he wants to play him in 2 out of 3, not 3 out of 5. F-word Jammers, what do you think about this strategy? Is it going to pay off?
Well, it's quite famous when we were at Versus Fighting. It was a huge upset when MQS was able to take out Luffy.
EGX.
Was it EGX?
EGX, I remember, 2019.
And he was trying to get to Capcom Cup, and we'll never forget how frustrating that was for Luffy because it was such an important scenario for him. But from then, he's been quite vocal about how frustrating he finds the Fung matchup, you know, because if he his whole argument is if he guesses wrong, he's back to neutral where Fung completely dominates, right? So, I mean, I can see why MQS is confident here.
Well, I mean, look, he said, I'll take my chances. We're not on Luffy's preferred platform.
Cheeky, though. A bit shots fired. Shots fired there, right?
But the thing is, you have to remember, when you feel confident on PC, your opponent might feel even more confident on PC as well. Like you said, I like how Luffy basically broke down why he's playing in the first of 2. And what I like about these players is they're in the interviews, they're calling out who they want to fight.
They know. They already know they're going to put MQS on. He knew he was going to fight MQS because he's the away side. So wherever they put Luffy, he knows it's going to be MQS because MQS has had some success against Luffy.
But do you know what? That's very interesting psychologically because I don't think that always works sometimes.
Yeah, this is why I said earlier, you should, if you can deviate from the obvious strategy without detrimenting your strength, do it.
If he had an 80% win record against Luffy and he had the 20%, I'd get that. Yeah, but it's like, dude, you won against him 3 years ago. It's like, okay, yes, it's a win.
Well, he's won against him more than that. It's a bit harsh, you know.
But that's the last one I've recorded. Because
that's the last high profile, I think, one they had, right?
They probably bumped into each other a ton on CFN and played. But then like Luffy on CFN, you can't trust him. You literally can't trust him. But we'll see how they break it down.
Luffy's a different Luffy, isn't it?
And listen, the big bucks are here. The big bucks are here.
Oh, yeah. Luffy don't play when the big bucks are out. So, look, I think we've got an idea already how Luffy's going to start. Probably going to start with a jump forward or a dash. The fact that he said he prefers to play in a shorter set, and he actually said it loud enough for MQS to hear it, tells us a lot, right?
You know what? He did, because obviously when I was playing with him a couple of weeks back, he did say, like, a lot of the tactics he does, they are, like, next level against the players below the top level. A lot of the tactics he employs in first to 2 or just sets in general Mika, they might not work against the best of the best, the creme de la creme. The level just below, you can get people, especially psychologically. And I remember when you told me, and I've stuck by it ever since then. I've had to tell the Americans, I've had to tell so many people that Luffy this, Luffy that. I said, listen, Luffy has got one of the best mind games in the business. It doesn't look like it, but I promise you, it is psychological genius. I'll tell you that much.
All right, let's find out. All right, it doesn't start with a dash.
No, but
takes his time.
He's using the new mic buff, so it's got less start up, and you can just basically abuse it, and then obviously you can stack. Not stack them, but like
trigger he's got already.
You can combo into the trigger. Yeah, that's the game plan with Mika now. You kind of just build trigger until you get it, so you get at least 2 around.
That's one of the things in the matchup he hates. You can't jump in for free. Does it again anyway, though. Wow, how times have changed. Suddenly, in the corner, gets out.
All right, there we go. Good throw break there from Luffy. Good back dash from...
To activate already.
US. Nice anti.
Nice. Good carrot crash into that. Okay, V-Trigger's out of the equation for a second. Gonna build it right back up though. Yep, that's what he does. Happy to save damage. Just needs some momentum here, Luffy. He knows he's at a significant life deficit, but good game plan so far from MQS.
Oh, yeah, this life lead is substantial at the moment. If he can't get the Desko to kick things off.
Nice spacing on that. Carrot crash to the medium. Gets in.
Triple dash. He back dash.
Is one of the many choices in that defensive arsenal. Okay, splashed. Wake up buttons though. This is meaty. We saw that cost him a lot when they were playing at EGX.
He is not afraid to do the wake up 4 frame, especially when it puts him at such peril there. But gets the stand
this time he does start around with a dash forward. Jammers. Ooh. Oh, nice shimmy.
That's a good hit for Luffy. F-word gets the full confirm into the Ryu bender. Oh, that
was a big mistake from Luffy.
Yeah.
Underestimated the cancel. This is a great round here from MQS.
Can you go for the throw? This is his anti.
Now, got to do crouch fierce every time. Maybe the angle wasn't on there.
Watch out for the V-shift.
Oh, punish. Get back to the corner. Where you going? Bad situation for MQS. What's he going to guess now? And again, that's what Luffy hates so much about the matchup. He's away one more time.
Watch out for it.
It's overhead lows. There it is. MQS with a very strong first battle there against Luffy in this game.
One of the most despicable 50-50s in the game. You think it's Mika left, right, and the desk go, no. It's Fang and Dalsim with their lights and their overheads.
Come on, bro.
That is what is diabolical to deal with. But I tell you what, to many of you, it might be a surprise result if it happens. To us in the know, this isn't much of a surprise. This is exactly how it went last time.
Oh,
no punish.
Oh,
he could have punished that with stand.
Yeah, exactly. But he wanted to get, I guess, he wanted to come on, grab. No, that doesn't
jump.
work.
You can't jump at all.
Oh, where you going? Side switch.
Here comes the Mika round. Here comes the Mika round. Brimstone. Is he going to do tap-tap-throw?
Oh, where you going? It was a really good round from Luffy, but he had to guess right a lot, though.
Yeah.
One thing I will say.
Hey, listen, like, when you're going up against Mika in first to 2 or first to 3, a Mika round will happen. Like, you can't have a game without a Mika round. Nice punish.
Nice. Starting the round dash forwards again now. Double dash this time.
Right, he's trying to get an MQS's head. Yes, he's trying to get an MQS's head, and this is where Luffy's Mika game is exceptional.
Wake up button pays off, though. Got him out of that situation.
Slides out. Back dash into the microphone. Mitigates the damage.
This is a nice comeback so far here from MQS. Whoa. All from that wake up crouch jab.
Activate the trigger, and he's not going to V-shift.
Buttons again.
Reversal. And another one.
Oh, this is to get out of there. He's being too relentless with his pressure and damage.
That was an expensive escape. Be very elusive there with Fang. But he can still win this round.
He's back where he wants to be, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Back in neutral.
Yeah, he's not doing anything. He's not moving from that spot. He's not moving from that spot.
Oh, runs into the cloud.
Luffy's not doing the XP.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's still alive. It's the overhead. Low.
There's a break.
Oh, no, reverse to the side.
This is the guess.
Oh, he got it. He got it this time, Luffy.
And you know what? Just his stubbornness, his his peppering pressure.
My goodness, how did we get that back, Jabbers?
But this is the thing, right? Situations prior that, he boils it down. Similar to how Phenom boils things down to fundamentals, he'll boil it down to that one guess, and you're like, nah, Luffy ain't gonna do it. Yeah, it's like, he'll make you double down and just second guess yourself in certain situations. He grabs you like, God damn it, I know I should have jumped.
That was looking so good for MQS. I mean, for Reason Gaming, they were on the verge of going 2 up there.
Yeah, but what did you say right at the start? Is he gonna double dash? Once he starts doing the double dash, the game's changed. And look, guys, you can literally pay attention to the top left side of your screen. Every time Luffy does something that you think is outlandish, look at the look on MQS's face. Luffy's trying to get in your head. But see?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's definitely playing a 2 out of 3 set here.
Yeah, and he knows it as well. He's not afraid to play dirty. Whether hook or by crook, you need the victory. Nice jab from him.
In the corner here, it's all going well for Luffy so far. Horrible situation here for MQS. Oh, the command grab misses again. That's twice he's missed that.
I think he should go for an EX Peach punish instead. He's trying to grab him to swing it back in the corner. I get that. But he needs to try something different.
It's guaranteed. Here comes the Desco.
Double
oh my
combo.
god, a reset, but he doesn't get, it's too far for the standard fist. Damage on the table, punish. Wake up buttons again from MQS.
I think because Luffy thinks he's going to back rise and run away, but he isn't. Get out.
Oh, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for that side switch, and the Desco didn't come in time.
Oh, yeah.
It is set point again here. Sorry, match point again.
Looking good here for Luffy, but he should be able to bring this to a final round. He looks like he had to change up his tactics every round in this battle so far. Jumps, can't do it. You cannot do that. Hit by the Ryu Bender.
Oh, wow. That was a mistake. It paid off. Execution error. Oh, my days. Luffy really taking some risks here.
He's feeling it. We'll take that trade. That's fantastic.
Yep,
we'll take that trade.
Can't get a combo off of it, despite the incredible hit stun on those. On the poison from. Oh, nice escape.
The reversal. Good back dash.
Too predictable.
He's adjusting to it now.
This is a big opportunity here for MQS. No whiff punish.
Good V
break.
He's got to activate the Desco. Let's see what Luffy can do from this. Good block. And then the V reversal away
man,
again.
So evasive. Takes the poison.
He has to.
MQS can close this out. Reason can go 2-0 up here.
He do it though.
Team must be off there. Biting their nails like crazy right now. Oh my god, he's got in. Okay, that's not gonna kill.
Wait, no, because he didn't use the mic.
What?
Yeah,
oh,
he
he did. Oh my god.
Listen, you can't forget. People are kind of what distracts you from the mic is because he keeps using it to build VB. You forget
You
it
forget
buffs
this
the damage.
buffing up the damage on the command grab. Jabba's absolutely spot on.
Oh man, and don't forget as well. I think Fang's got 975.
Yeah, I might have killed anyway, to be fair.
That's a grab. He waited for the crowd crouch to recover. Oh, he's in his head now, F-word.
The backdash pays off. No! Oh, all right, it's all working out. MQS is crumbling there in the corner.
Trying to hold
Gets
up.
him low.
And be reversal out of there again.
Oh, he still missed it. This time he walked even further.
He's still trying to do that.
Oh, that caught him pressing a button. Look at the stun. MQS right back in this. Luffy has to re-wrestle. And again, this time it hits. Almost has the CA. The dash in well checked.
Well, he's got to be careful of dash up light kick into CA from Luffy. But
yes.
MQS said we're on PC. Oh, that could be a punish.
Oh, too many dashes. Gonna take big damage here.
Watch out.
Overhead. This is the overhead. MQS has done it.
Oh, there you
Reason
go.
Gaming.
That's it. And he adds on, increases his win record against Luffy, taking it 2-1 again. We love that wink. Okay. But this is it. He put in the work. He's been doing the homework. And this is it, right? And what paid dividends for him? Well, while he's talking, I'm talking too. But hopefully you guys at home can lip read. But
I can lip read. He said, no.
That was crazy, right? But I'll tell you what was fantastic. It was the V reversals was probably the most pivotal tool in that entire set.
I can understand why Luffy is frustrated with that matchup. But bear in mind, he was playing that matchup and frustrated with it before V-Shift edition.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, he's already explained if you do the button and it's the V reversal and you don't get the punish, or if it's a teleport and you decided to go for something else, you didn't go for the throw, it's quite hard to lock him down. And those few occasions where he locked him down, I did say, even though he locked him down and bust his head, he guessed right about 8 times. You know what I mean? Like, that's how often are you going to be able to do that? And MQS did a great job of varying that defense, getting back into neutral and making it count. And then when he got the opening, I think Luffy overextended. I think 3 dashes in a row was a bit too much.
I think at one point he did 4. Right, walked into a coward crouch.
Went into a combo, into Oki, into instant overhead.
You could see, you guys could literally see the desperation in his gameplay as the set went on. Like 2-1 doesn't tell the full picture. It doesn't tell. You can see there's kind of micro interactions and you know how frustrating it can be psychologically and mentally taxing on both Luffy and MQS. MQS won, but let's not forget, you could see look at his face in his player camp, right? There were some situations where I bet he didn't even think he was going to die from that command grab when it got buffed as well. But
100%.
You know what? Great set. Another 2-1 between them. Another 2-1 between them. And you know what? Fingers crossed, later down the line in the episodes, we get to see that matchup again. Maybe in 1st to 3 territory.
Well, actually, I think Luffy will do his best to avoid it. You know, especially when they're at home and they can then counterpick Reason. But this is a fantastic start from Reason Gaming. And I think anyone from the outside looking in would look at this team and be like, it's a cool team, but no chance of winning. You get off to a flying start like this and anything's possible. We saw it in Japan. We saw it in SFL USA as well. You can get some momentum. You can be the underdog and you start getting things going. So let's see what happens here. I mean, remember, it's not all one. 20 points on the line. They got to decide who goes against Valmaster.
All right, but speaking of, let's go back to Logan and see what he has to say with Valmaster himself.
Thanks very much, guys. I'm here with Valmaster, who is now going to have to be the anchor. What an incredible start for Reason. They're 20 points up. But as we know, the 3rd game, it's 1st to 3 battles, and it is for 20 points. So, Valmaster, you have the opportunity to level it all up and go into a tiebreaker game. Obviously, you are in the anchor position because your team feels like you are the strongest into this Reason squad. Out of the 2 remaining players, we have Shivs and One Step Layered. Are you confident against both of those with Chun-Li?
Against both, no, because I know Shivs plays with Menat, so the matchup is pretty hard for Chun-Li. But I also play Menat, so I know how to play against the character, even if it's hard. So I'm not confident. The matchup is hard, so...
Wow, we're going into it. Valmaster is one of the most experienced Street Fighter players in Europe at the moment, and it's great to have you back in Street Fighter 5. You've been in some incredible tense situations in your Street Fighter 4 career, of course. We're here at Street Fighter League Pro Europe, and it's going to be you going up against one remaining Reason Gaming player. We need to find out who that's going to be. So if Reason can send forward their anchor, who is it going to be? It is going to be Shivs. Come over here, sir. All right, man. You were one of the last players brought into the Reason squad, and they've put the responsibility of closing out this match on your shoulders. How confident are you going into this against Valmaster?
To be honest, the matchup is in my favor, like he said, but he also plays Menat. He's a good player, so I'm looking forward to playing him, to be honest. Pretty confident.
Yeah, I mean, the team's done so much work, but we know that all comes down to this last game. We're going to see how you handle the pressure. Get ready, get set up. If you guys can take your positions. As I said, they have experience against each other. They're going to understand exactly how this matchup goes back and forth. Let's find out what F-Word and Jammers have to say about this one. This is going to be it, the decider, the third game. It's 3 out of 5. So we're going to see a lot of interesting stuff unravel as this matchup progresses. Let's hear what F-Word and Jammers have to say on this Chun-Li, Manat, Valmaster against Shivs. It's the decider. Let's hand it over to our casters.
Thank you very much once again, Logan. Obviously, this is one of the things I predicted in my notes. I had a feeling, you know, Valmaster, the weight would be on his shoulders. Well, it makes sense because for me, like I said before, to reiterate, I feel Valmaster can fight anybody on that team. Obviously, he'll tell you some characters and some players are harder than others.
It's a hard matchup. I mean, there's no denying that.
No, of course not. But again, like we said before, with Soundboy and Junior Lair, with the Cody and the Luke, it's going to be happening again with Shivs using his Manat going up against Valmaster's Chun-Li. Now, Shivs does have 1 or 2 other characters he could try. It might not get to that point because he has a Laura and he does mess around with Rose. But Valmaster,
I think he'll definitely stick with
but Valmaster, though, like anything that is professional Street Fighter, he will feature there eventually. Remember, he was at the Capcom Fighters in 2014, a long time ago for Street Fighter 4. He's been performing well in the online CPTs for Street Fighter 5. Like we said as well, he's won back-to-back World War events for his region so far. He's
on fire.
He might get top seed at the end of the regular
He also
season
plays
plan.
a more stable character, which lends to Luffy's argument as well, you know?
Yes.
We were thinking, do you want to have a Mika in a scenario like that? Actually, I'd prefer a shorter set as a Mika. You can predict, you can control, you can mitigate risk a lot better with a Chun-Li style of play where you're controlling space, you're anti-airing, you're applying pressure on your terms. You prefer to, if the team's hopes rest on your shoulders, you probably prefer something like that rather than, you know, rolling the dice. Also,
talk to me.
Logan, you said this is the last game. Not necessarily, right? Because as you guys, for those of you who don't know, those of you who didn't tune in earlier today, first episode of Street Fighter League Pro EU, the rule set is slightly different here. We've gone with the SFL Japan kind of format where the home team gets to counterpick a forced reveal of the away team. So the away team reveals their order, home team responds. Then first battle is set for 10 points.
Second battle.
Second one's for 10 points.
Yep.
Third battle's for 20, and it's a 3 out of 5. But if you're in a scenario like this where you're 20 points up and you lose that third one, it goes to a draw, and then we go to a 4th battle, don't we, Jammers?
Yes, and then they could literally put on a player that's played on previously again to play, or they could throw in their 4th player. And
1 game Luffy?
I'm not going to spoil anything. We are going to commentate
they got to get there first.
Yeah,
they got to get there first.
We're going to commentate this first to 3 first, but I have the utmost faith I will be entertained regardless.
Listen, if you could have done picks before this match started in your recent gaming, you could be 2-0 up, going into a matchup that's significantly in your favor, with a chance of winning. Oh, wow. A bit of luck there. A chance to go 3-0 and take your first game. You would have taken that, right?
I would have taken it indeed. Nice anti with the standing hard kick as well. It also sees that Valmaster's gone with V skill 2. Hazunshu does go over, I believe, stand fierce. I'm not sure about standing medium punch, but it will play effect when it comes to activate.
Nice punish. Don't reflect carelessly. Beautiful stagger there. Doesn't have the EX there to convert. Just goes to activation instead. Oh, what are you pressing?
Right,
Was that a
this is where Valmaster shines. Oh,
what was he doing?
Combo, unfortunately.
Oh, what? Oh, that's disgusting. I don't think he thought it was going to go to the other side. Shiv's just in spectator mode there for a long period of time. Needs to wake up.
He was literally on the sidelines watching, but again, you've got to be very careful of this V-system layout that Valmaster's chosen, man. He shines with this, and he shows me something new every time.
Counter hit a lot.
This is his jab into a spinning bird kick there.
Yeah, I think he meant to do insta air kick there, missed it. Again, reflecting 1 time too many. Missed this crouch fierce. It's very, very dominant so far from Valmaster. Shivs just needs to get going.
Shiv's got to be careful with the Soul Reflect as well, because
Yes.
Kikoken doesn't go necessarily full screen or disappear off the screen. It's like you could still be recovering while trying to reflect it, yeah.
Yeah, the recovery increases when it whiffs.
Yeah, Sam Fierce.
A nice reaction punish there. Activation here. Yeah, V reversal while she's airborne, guaranteed hit. Catches in with the instant overhead as well. This is looking so good.
And that's going to be blocked. And he couldn't save himself because he did the wake up CA because he had the orbs there in trigger to try and make that save. But he couldn't do it in time. And that's going to be game 1 to Valmaster.
I'll tell you, man. What exactly does Shivs needs to do here? This is looking way too dominant right now.
He had a drop. He didn't get started. Like you said,
his reversal in the corner. In the
yeah,
first round
he was in
as well.
spectator mode. But the thing is, I think that was so ambiguous.
I would have liked to see him take a bit more time there and speak with his team. He's gone straight for the rematch.
I think it's because he didn't, like, the game plan didn't shift from, gear 1. So he's going to try it again. See how that goes.
Nice use of the sweep there. The block stun on the trade, making it difficult to get a trade combo. Good matchup awareness there from Valmaster.
All right, there we go. Just trying to get in and chip away at his life, get a life lead, yeah, and then he'll just work on the anti-air damage instead. Doesn't need to overexert himself. Nice spacing there from Valmaster.
I'd say poor spacing from Shivs, but Valmaster didn't move.
Needs
to keep this momentum. He's having a better round.
And the thing is, he needs that orb the vast majority of the time.
Now we're seeing a matchup.
Yeah, this is what he needs the vast majority of the time. He needs that orb to combat these normals from Chun-Li. Activation yet here from Valmaster. He's going to make it safe. +4 on block. Gets a guaranteed throw.
Oh, nice work out jab. Has to hold this heat now.
Is he going to spin in bird kick? No. He just leaves it there. He's going to save the meter for the next round.
Okay,
Shivs puts one round on the board.
Very important round now. You don't want to go 3 rounds down, give all that momentum to Valmaster. Slows the momentum down a little bit and needs to implement this game plan, force that game plan to take place more often. Valmaster should be earning his ground.
Yes. Gets a throw. This is looking very good. What a turnaround. And an anti-air spinning bird kick there.
Out of the corner. Oh, what was that?
Throw either way.
What a punish.
Gonna take there from Valmaster.
Oh, big jump.
That should be not stunned.
That's still in there.
Yes, good V-shift. Excellent V-shift.
Just missed the trip recovery. Oh, the fireball catches him by surprise. That's slow cancellation.
Do you know what? That's a big commitment when you're nearly stunned and she gets to do the crouching light kick or the instant stomp for the start.
I wish he went for a more simple punish on that trip recovery.
Yeah, a light would be better.
A light
would
just
be
crouch
much
light
better.
kick, just to keep the momentum, because he had the corner as well.
Yeah.
But I respect it. Go optimal. Crouch for this.
Oh, good neutral jump there. Try to anti-air it as well, but gets caught by the EX Severe Valmaster.
A stab like this is from almost point blank range and making me nervous, man.
Oh, well.
I've been jumped a few times already.
Jump.
Oh, that's too high. Gonna get punished.
You get a throw? He's trying to shimmy him instead, looking for it. Good discipline. Double soul spark.
Yeah, nice use. This time he does get the trick recovery. You see, lights is so much easier.
Yeah. There you go, gonna activate on block there from the Hazanshi, but again,
button.
He's keeping him at bay, man. This is really good.
This from Shivs, looking so solid. And again, that delay catches him out. This could be it.
He's gonna wait. Yeah, he's gonna
One
wait.
piece, head in his way. There you get it. The crouch jab, ever so trusty, ever so safe. Shiv Yukin making the adjustment here, brings it to 1 game apiece. And if your game is Origin, the nerves really start kicking in here, because at one point it looked like Valmaster might run away with that battle, but not to be the case. Shiv Yukin fighting back.
But this is it, right? Because you have to understand the character that Valmaster is playing. Execution heavy, have to be on point with pretty much everything you do 90% of the time. Shivs has to boil everything down to crouching jab, stand medium punch. That's not easy to do, but when you do that, like you said before, you see the matchup in full effect.
Yes, you've got to simplify the game plan.
There you go, he's trying to use that stand hard kick now, but again, these normals, these crystal ball
Oh,
normals.
he tried to reshift the dark kick, but didn't absorb the hit. I'm surprised. It looked well timed.
Yeah, but these crystal ball normals and even the soul throw and soul spark, they're proving too problematic for Valmaster before that situation.
Early wake up back throw catches Valmaster by surprise, just as he got some momentum.
Double soul spark again, reflects the kick Koken. Walks away. Yeah, Valmaster look at the
big
jump.
jump again.
I couldn't even finish my sentence before he even done it. He's looking at the jump. Gonna be an execution heavy combo. Straight to the corner, heavy spinning bird kick. Can we get a throw? Is it gonna be pressure?
Oh my goodness! What are you pressing? Good lord, the back heavy to make sure maximum damage.
And that's got a ton of active frames as well, so that's a guaranteed, like,
Yeah,
solid.
you're covering everything with that. Oh, no punish on the triple recovery, the dive kick there.
Anti-air with the crouching fist. Can do it that time, good
Oh,
block.
caught his pressing light kick there.
He's missing his stand jab into spinning bird kick. It's hard because you have to release the charge as you're moving up.
It's like a charge partition almost.
Yeah. Looking difficult to do. He's missing knockdowns because of it.
Wow, just point blank sweep to get the pressure off. Dive kicks past that fire, but that was beautiful from Shivs.
Even though that regarding
Oh,
the
misses
something
anti-air.
that's fine.
This is the button. It's going to look to activate first opportunity. There it is. Backs away. Don't waste those orbs. Clever strategy here from Valmaster. In and out. Waste 2 orbs there. Waste 3 orbs. 4 orbs gone. This V-trigger almost completely mitigated.
Sapphires getting hit by all the heavies in the game.
Still has 3 remaining. Can he get any kind of momentum here?
Oh, this is big. Oh, and he went for a throw instead. I don't know if he's going to come back from this, F-word.
This is great play from Valmaster. All to do, we saw a comeback early from Rutman's Bonnet. Not going to happen for Shivs, though, as Valmaster gets his team 2-1 up here in this set. On the verge now of collecting the 20 points and sending us to a tie-break.
That was a big commitment there in those closing moments with the crouching
Slide.
medium punch, because that looked like if Shivs was a little bit more patient, well, given the circumstances, no one was going to be patient. He could have just done crouch light punch into Soul Sphere, but a round start jump from Valmaster.
You know what? These are things that you can do against Menat, though, I'd say, Jammers, just to your point.
Yeah.
She doesn't hit that hard in these scenarios. These stray hits tend to be very minimal. Right, what's the surprise choice? It paid off.
Protech as well, going for the stand medium punch after the Protech.
Nice good recall from Shivs right now. Love the dive kick over that fireball.
Lovely
well
defensive sequence there.
Caught out, though.
That was a great defensive sequence to turn it around from Valmaster. Fantastic stuff.
Big jump in.
This
that's
big.
going to hurt big time. Dude, he's landed so many jump-ins. There it is again, covering the wake-ups. Look at these frames.
Plus
Grey Health just stack it up.
Can't activate. He's got one chance. He's going to be it. Yeah, he's going to do it. He did it. No, look at Shiv's face. Dude, do you know what's crazy? He has one of the highest reversal success rates in Europe because he never does it. Me and Femi saw that coming. I'm sorry, me and Femi saw that coming.
I just said because he had such a long spell of pressure. Is he willing to give up anything right now? No,
man.
just EX.
He shook Shivs though. I saw the look on Shivs' face when he got hit by that.
You know what? Sometimes those things are worth doing, not only for the round, but for the psychological impact it has on your opponent.
Yeah.
And he sent a message to Shivs there saying, look, you're not playing, bro. This is my game.
Remember, they're playing for cash money, and you've got to take these gambles in-game. They will do it.
Be careful with those heavies at point-blank range, I must say. He's had them jumped a lot of times, Shivs.
Let's see if he can recover, or like mentally recover from that situation, though, because this game is pivotal. It's imperative that Shivs brings this power, wins this.
Yeah, the tiebreak is going to be very hard. I don't know who's going to beat Valmaster one game. If they put Valmaster on, if they put Luffy on. They've even got a Kainu there. Yeah. They can bring a Kainu in.
Hazanchu,
counter hit.
counter hit. Oh no. Right, he's got to deal with the back hard kick meat if he's close enough to the
terrible
corner.
situation for Shivs. Tick throw.
This is big. I don't think he's going to activate. Let's see what happens.
He's hesitant.
He's got a block.
Pressure. Buttons. Gets the activation this time.
And there's no meter F-word.
No, gets a hit. Okay.
Oh, he got hit. That's going to be the round.
That's going to be it.
No way. Oh, that's not dead. That's definitely not dead. Dude,
wouldn't have killed?
You've made a big mistake.
CA Shorter would have killed there.
I think he's made a big mistake.
Protect. 15 seconds.
This is it.
Are we going to the tiebreaker or not?
Come on, man. He's got one bar. I don't know how he's going to surprise Valmaster here.
Grey Health.
Flash.
Oh, shit.
EX Heavy Soul Sphere taking him to the final round. I thought that was a big mistake, mate. But
I don't know. He knows his character damage better than we do. Maybe CA wouldn't have killed there.
Anti-air. F-word,
we thought it was over.
Yeah, F-word, I think we're going to see something that's going to be very surprising to some of us.
Oh, Reason Gaming looking to get this to 2-2 and then maybe even win.
But you know what? It can all change for one jump in from Valmaster. Let's see how he's going to try and set it up. Playing the patient game and slowing things down at the moment. That would have been a trade combo if he was ready for that, Shivs. Didn't see it.
Even on a heavy kick from Chun-Li?
I think he could have done crouching medium punch and cancelled. It looked like there was enough hit stun for that.
Crazy.
Soul Spark against the Soul Reflect. Yeah, he's going to just do Death 5,000 cuts. It's going to be 60 seconds on the clock very shortly.
Biding his time here.
That
was a bad choice. Well punished.
Right, Hazanchu jumps coming. He needs to go airborne. He cannot stay on the ground.
This is much better strategic play here from Shivs. Slowing it down, playing at his pace. No stray buttons from distance. V-trigger activation. He's in the corner now, though. Nice button there on Wake Up. Activation incoming.
Throw.
Just goes for the throw.
He's got to do a couple of throws, but Shivs can sense that as well. It's away again. Shivs going to play for timeout. He has to. At this point.
He gets hit, though. A block activate would have been fun, but this one gets hit.
Yeah, this is the combos I was talking about,
Oh,
man.
my days. He's got the chance partition unlocked. Pluser, the pluser. Is it going to be over? Are we going to get this tiebreak game?
He's waiting for it.
He crossed up from there.
Whoa. Dude.
How did that cross up? Oh, my goodness. He's done it. Valmaster ties it up in the game 3. 20 points to Gamer's Origin. And he's not moving. I think he's looking to stay for the tiebreak. I think that is the strategy because we are now, for the first time in this season of SFL Pro Europe, going to go into a tiebreak match. Guys, in SFL Japan, there were draws. There are no draws in this format. If it gets to this stage, Jammers, what happens next?
We have to play a fourth game, the extra game, the bonus game, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're going to do. And like F-Word said, it looks like Valmaster is going to be in the hot seat, remain there. But what was interesting, right, as I tell you what, the very first round, he closed it out with an ambiguous cross-up situation with down for a hard kick. The way to end the entire set, it was another difficult cross-up to deal with. I think that stunned all of us. Because
I didn't think that was crossing up. Like I was literally holding back. Like maybe because she was in the corner, maybe it's one of them weird angles where the button you press determines where you land. That did not look like it was going to cross up. It was disgusting.
See, wow. And this is the beauty of Europe, because I have a feeling in my bones we're going to revisit this situation numerous times throughout the teams. We are now equalized 20 points each, and now there's an extra 5 points on the line for both teams.
And the 5 points will determine the winner. Also, home and away advantage is gone now.
Yes.
Because it is actually a secret choice for either. When you're the away team, you pick your first three. You don't reveal your fourth character.
Yes.
That is revealed if we go to the tiebreak. And that's what's happening now. Now, players who've played already can play again. Are you seeing something on the screen?
I'm seeing something. Right. I had two hypotheticals.
Yes.
And one of them is what we thought.
Talk to me.
We thought Valmaster would win the first of three, and he stays there. Because it's like, you just keep winning, stay there.
Same, I thought so too.
The other one was
to
pick a Kainu. To pick a Kainu. And
one game Guile, though.
Or Dan.
One game Dan.
He plays a little bit of Dan. Have you not seen it, Dan?
I haven't seen the Kainu's Dan, no.
Listen,
is it legitimate?
No, I think it is. He's been practicing a fair bit, and Dan has actually some of the best pressure in Street Fighter 5.
A lot of people don't know it as well. Lots of people don't understand how to fight Dan, which is also a huge advantage in a one-game setting.
And this is the thing, right? If you don't have that knowledge, because I used to be a very close friend of mine who played Dan a fair bit, and he was just rinsing the pressure. But I need Logan to talk to some of these players and break down this last game for us. Logan, I hope you're excited just as much as we are.
Who's it going to be?
Well, in our first episode, we already have a extra game to tie break after Reason made such an incredible start and pulled 20 points ahead. Gamers Origin were able to bring it back. And I don't know if this is a spoiler right here, but Valmaster has left his stick in the chair. We're going to have to ask the away team, Gamers Origin, can you please put forward your player for this extra game? And it looks like it is going to be Valmaster stepping up again. You got the job done. You brought it back. Are you ready to close it out now?
Yeah, I don't know if they will keep Shivs against me, but it's not easy. I won, but it's not easy.
You had to work hard.
Yeah, I have to find the good jump in, to find the good opportunity. Then I activate the trigger one, and everything can happen. But yeah, it's very hard.
Which character are you going to be leading off with?
I keep Chun-Li.
He's going to keep Chun-Li. Okay, Reason, you have that information. It's your time now to put forward your player for the extra game. They've gone for Chun-Li. It's going to be a run back. It went all the way down to the last game, last round. And let's see, there's only one battle here this time. And it's going to be Shivs on the home side for Reason Gaming. And Valmaster for Gamers Origins. It's the extra game to determine who is going to close out the set. Jammers and F-Word, you've just seen 5 battles of this matchup. What do you think's going to happen with one more to take it all?
I mean, there are going to be some players that will be foaming at the mouth in excitement at the idea that they can play a one battle set to determine whether their team wins or loses. And in complete contrast, there's going to be players who are going to be dreading a format like this. I think Shivers is going to be one of the latters. It didn't look like he wanted to get up there, you know, but I've been in team settings before. Like, the strategy's been set beforehand. And yes, you can change on the day, but as a member of the team, if a character comes on that your character hard counters, you need to look after your team and you need to own it and say, okay, I'm stepping up, I'm going to take that match. No matter how you're feeling. And you know what? Respect to Shivs for doing that, because I can see the hesitation, but here he is, and hopefully he can get it done. But Valmaster's got something to say about that, hasn't he?
Look, man, there's key words when it comes to team play. Responsibility, accountability, discipline. There's a ton of things you can associate with team performances. And I couldn't help but feel Valmaster's interesting because Valmaster, I think he plays a game in the interview before the game, like in game. Because
I know, it sounds
think,
a little cheeky, doesn't it?
I think he
Yeah,
revealed
it's really odd. It's really odd.
he said it's difficult, but he said one jump in or one opportunity for V-Trigger and then everything changes.
Well, that's true though, right? That's pretty accurate.
Sometimes I feel that might be, he's literally telling you what he's going to do.
Yeah, I feel like there was a number of situations where when he got into close proximity of Shivs wasn't using mediums for some reason. He was throwing out EX last and he was doing fierce, heavy, you know? Has he switched up? Oh, one game Laura, that's genius.
No, wait, no, yes and no.
No, that's genius. Why not? Why no? It's Laura.
Well, listen, if you take too many fierces to the mouth, and to be fair, if you throw thunderclaps at the wrong area, it's going to be crush counter, stand hard kick. And stand hard kick, crush counter.
These are all very, very situational things, Jammers. I agree, but I think if I was playing one game, I'd much rather play against him in that than a Laura.
This is, okay, like I said, to reiterate, we're going to say this throughout the episodes, throughout the weeks. You're going to see these. These are going to be the true coin flips. And he's gone with it.
And it's interesting because Luffy could have done the same. Nice walk-up counter there. Didn't have to meet it to count.
What did I tell you?
No cross counter. That's fine. Take
but
it.
It's a trade.
Take it all day.
But even then...
You don't need to use Thunderclap anyway. At times you can.
Well, I don't know, man, because the thing is, stand hard kick's so good because a lot of the tools people want to use, they keep you standing. And that's a button that catches everyone standing and anti-airs.
Preemptive, though. If someone's doing something preemptive, you can devise a strategy. Has her corner down. Can he make it count? You can see Shivs eagerly wants to get his game started. Nice.
Right, there you go.
That was well defended by Valmaster. Didn't really take any damage there. Now it hits stand jab, gets the crouch medium. Back throw, all that real estate back. This is a huge start here. Yeah, Valmaster.
This is looking long now.
Oh, Valmaster gets it from being 2-0 down now, Jammers.
Well,
Team Gamers Origin, 1 round away from winning this match. Oh, what's going? Oh, he's not warm. Drop in.
Dash up, gets checked for a cannon hit jab, ending with EX legs.
The
And Valmaster, one throw will do
it. Wake up, buttons.
He waited. Shift there from Valmaster into the break. And he needs to activate somehow, but I don't think he can get the chance. F-word, let's see.
He's got a meter. She got now we get an activation.
2 far.
2+.
And that was the light one as well, I think.
Yeah, I think that's 2+. Runs into that button. This could be the end.
All right, hang on.
Recent gaming, we're looking so good. V-Trigger's gone.
He needs a jump or something. Like maybe a surprise command grab, anything.
He hasn't had a chance to get any momentum really going.
Low forward, no cancel.
Okay, gets a hit.
All right, delayed V-shift there. This is not looking good. Tense moments here, final moments here for Shift. Gets a sunset wheel, don't be obvious. Yeah.
Oh, again, the V-shift. Plus buttons, he's gonna get a hit. Oh, he suddenly arrives in the set, Jammers. It is set point, both players, Reason Gamer versus Gamers Origin. Who's going to take this first game?
I can't help but sense a dash grab's coming because he needs that. If you can galvanize Valmaster, you're onto something.
Nice use of the crouch short to get underneath the fireball.
Good.
Yeah, it's hard to do it in time there.
And that was spaced. That was a really well spaced underclap as well. This is looking good. Trying to chase down.
That's the reversal. Yeah, Valmaster's really struggling to get going here. This is good play from Shivyukin. He's changed it up, catches him, doing that preemptive stand heavy again. Gets the counter hit into the knockdown.
Spinning bird kick? No, he's going to wait.
That's it and throw.
Ooh, hold on. No trigger here from Valmaster. He's going to have to do it the honest way.
So many reversals. He gets hit one more time. One more scenario, catches the dash though.
Shiv's getting a bit too impatient. He's getting antsy. Good delay tech.
Fireball. Delayed view reversal. There will be no V-trigger this round.
Go forward again. Shivs will be able to close it out.
Meter sped. Good confirm. No okay off that. Button.
He missed the button for me.
Oh, this is it. He's going to hit it. He pressed the button.
Oh, that's not it. That's not it.
Still in it.
V-shift.
Shivyukin and Reason Gaming have taken their first game out. Unbelievable result. They've come in against the momentum. 2-0 up. Valmaster took it all away. Shivyukin stepped up for the tiebreaker match, whipped out the surprise Laura, and Jammers, it paid off. What a result. Did you see that coming?
I didn't see the Laura pick coming. I thought he was going to try and stick. Do you know what? I thought he was going to try and stick with the stable, solid strategy and just try and close it out in an ordinary fashion. But he said, no, we're going to switch things up, flip it on its head, go for a more volatile strategy. And it worked out. It was looking bleak in that very first round against Chun-Li versus Laura.
No, halfway through the second round too, man.
Yeah.
He started late, man. He started very late. And fortunately, it wasn't too late. And Gamers Origin are going going to be just bewildered as to how that's gone against them. But this is where character variety, taking advantage of the rule set matters. If that was 3 out of 5 for the final game, he's not picking Laura there, you know?
Oh,
he's
yeah,
he's going with that.
100%.
But because it's a best of 1 for the tiebreaker, he was like, you know what? And that's a genius strategy from Reason Gaming. Credit to them. They've done their homework and the pick paid off. So well done. Reason Gaming registering their first win, 25-20 in the second game of our episode. Wow.
And again, that's what we're going to be seeing. That's what we want to see, right? Everyone's like should have like secondary, tertiary characters in like Street Fighter 5's lifespan at the moment. But then again, it's like, right, you can put on the same player twice, but they'll pick a different character. And again, you have to quickly adjust your mindset for like, right, first to one, explosive, or do we close it out in fine fashion? Because he activated V-Trigger 1 with Laura, but it wasn't as explosive as maybe when we see Item on the big stage at Evo sort of thing.
Credit to Valmaster for that. He mitigated a lot of the pressure as well. And really did nullify the V-Trigger. But when he won that second round, Shivs kind of slowed it down the next round, and I think that caught Valmaster off guard, and he just slowly started edging him to the corner, taking help, had the life lead, made him use V-Reversal way more than he would have liked. There was no V-Trigger threat in the end. Just went incredibly well.
Hey man, like listen, Shivs has got one of the more solid and more respectable Lauras, not just in Europe, but just in the world in general. So that pick would throw off anyone, and he is confident in the Laura pick. I was a bit worried because I'm like, yo, like Bowmaster's just won, he's equalized, he can get this going. But again, able to close that out and be able to accumulate those important 5 points. I don't care how small that is or minuscule it is to people. That's an important 5 points.
Hey, and it's a win. You know, there's the win and there's the point. So 5 points and a win for Reason Gaming. If they could have taken that before the set started, you bet your top dollar they would have taken it. So what a result for those guys. Congratulations, Reason Gaming. Commiserations to Gamers Origin. Really valiant effort from Valmaster in particular.
Yes.
Really doing his thing. Akainu must be just itching to play. Haven't seen that happen. Hopefully we'll get him in the next time they come on board.
Well, we'll see. It's everyone and everything should be interchangeable in this. Job well done to Reason, just to echo what F-Word has been saying. But again, this is only the first episode. It doesn't end here, unfortunately. It's going to be a long and grueling season.
I think something like 28 more games to go for this season.
There's a lot of games to be played, and again, it's going to be mentally taxing on these guys. But again, kudos to the entire team of T-Reason, or whoever this, like I said before, whoever the strategist thought about this.
You know what? We're forgetting as well. MQS pulled out a huge win against Luffy.
He did.
In game 2 as
Well, they all did.
So yeah, they all did. They all played a humongous role to get that done.
So it's going to be very interesting indeed. But you know what? You got to give full props. The fact that, hey, one step later kept the seat comfortable. But listen, we could see him next episode or next week in fine form.
Oh,
and
there's always a place for Karen.
Just running amok against those guys. But it's going to be fantastic stuff regardless, because again, how these guys are going to go back to the hotel, have those major deliberations, and then just continue on saying, right, we can follow this same formula, or they'll stick to just going straight counter picks. But you know what? Enough from us, enough praising the winning team. Let's throw it back to our host, Logan Sama, and let's see what he has to say with Team Reason.
Thanks, guys. And of course, you know, there was no one else I would like to speak to other than MQS. Obviously, Shivs was the one that brought it home for you in the end, but you managed to get that massive win against Luffy. No one was expecting Reason to show up like this in the first match. How do you feel now?
Despite all the setbacks we've had so far, I feel like this is a great start to Street Fighter League Europe for us. I mean, everyone, like Soundboy did his bit, Shivs pulled his weight, I pulled my considerable weight. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of words.
A lot of emotions going on
Yes,
right now,
yes.
a lot of feelings. You must be so happy, though, because, I mean, you look across here, and there's, you know...
there's 4 very talented gentlemen.
Exactly, with so much prestige and history in Street Fighter in Europe, and to get that result with Reason, man, you must be very, very pleased.
I'm over the moon, mate. I'm over the moon. I do have a question for Go, though. Very well played, but Akainu, where were you? I wanted to play.
Wow.
I wanted to play.
The call out, perhaps for the next fixture. Obviously, you will have to play them again in the match where this is switched round, and they will have the opportunity to pick against you guys.
I know they're just going to send Valmaster into me. They're just going to send Valmaster into me.
Can anyone handle you? I don't know. The pop-off was fantastic as well, by the way. We love that energy. That's what we're here for.
Please don't take it personally, Luffy. I love you, man.
Absolutely, man. And we love you as well. Thank you so much for bringing that energy here to Street Fighter League here in Europe. That's exactly what we wanted, right? Going ahead now, you're starting off with such great momentum. What a fantastic result that is. There's many other incredible teams, yeah. Like, how confident are you now? You've done the prep work. You've got the notebook. Can you show the people? Grab the notebook, please, because I want the people to see exactly how much effort he's done. Look at this. This is just for one team.
This is for one team,
This is just for the first match here. He's got the notes. The coach is here. There's pages after pages. After pages after pages. But we know exactly what to expect from Reason. They have worked very hard to get here, and they are now looking at a nice position in the leaderboard. So let's take a look at that if we can, and we will see exactly how the leaderboard looks after this first episode, those first 2 matches. Where do the teams sit? As you can see, 0-0 Nation standing on top on points. They had a very strong showing in their first match, defeating Wild Blast, with Phenom coming through and closing it out. There they are at 30 points. Reason Gaming, after an amazing performance against Gamers Origin, with Shivs closing it out in the extra tie-break game at 25 points. Gamers Origin losing their first match, but they scored 20 points, and that is going to help a lot for them as they look at qualifying. Of course, you only need to be in the top 4 teams there to make it to the playoffs. So pulling in as many points as you can in a losing effort is going to really be important. And Wild Blast, of course, started out disappointingly, but they have a very strong squad going into this season, and we will no doubt see a lot more performances. BMS and Mouse still to play, and we will see them in the future. But thank you so much for joining us here. What a great opening episode it has been for Street Fighter League Pro Europe 2022. I told you we got some of the most exciting talent from across Europe, and they have definitely delivered this first episode. It's been a pleasure to guide you through it. Thank you so much as well, F-Word and Jammers over there holding it down on the analysis and the commentary, keeping it hype, and great insight as well. We're learning so much about these matchups as we go on. Of course, the season will continue to go on as well. We will be back next week right here for another episode of Street Fighter League Pro Europe. More fixtures to come, more great teams, some of the best players Europe has to offer right here. We'll see you next time round. Street Fighter League Pro Europe. We'll be back next week.